Alrighty folks, I am Will from Bases of Operations Painting Studio, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Bases of Operations, where I am a miniature painter and I enjoy all things tabletop. You can also find me around the internet on various other social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Bases of Operations and you should be able to find me. In this campaign I play Rogar, the Red Dragonborn fighter, who is a particularly moral character. He likes to see law and order in effect, and he likes to hold himself up to a high standard of behaviour. Because he comes from a family of well-known blacksmiths, who is a reputable family, not particularly famous, but certainly they have good standing, and doesn't want to do anything to worry or put that into any trepidation. And so he joined this campaign because he was given a message by his friend and mentor Antar Froom to investigate some dragon activity, and of course dragons and evil stuff rubs Rogar up the wrong way. And so I hope you guys at home enjoy this show, enjoy everything that the Meeple Palace has to offer, which is just a general group of people who just love making everything nerdy, fun, and bumping everybody up and helping everybody else along the way. So make sure you get involved with us, come and join us, and we'll roll on to glory.
It's Kevin. Hello, my name's Kevin, also known as Kellum. I am not a streamer, however I do enjoy hanging out with the talented people that play this D&D game with us. I am playing a character by the name of Pedrick Strombrigg. He is a cleric. He is also a war cleric, which he has specialized in. He has spent most of his time his young adulthood being trained to fight wars and keep people alive, and tactics, and if A happens you do B, and if C happens you do D, but he's quickly learning that battles don't always turn out A and B and C and D, so he's trying to learn to adapt to these situations, and his main goal is just to keep his compadres that are with him up and moving and fighting and keeping on task. Pedrick came into the group because of a call went out from the city that was under siege to his local group that for help, and his leader of this of the training area asked him to seek out a group that was already engaged in trying to find out what was going on with the enemy and such and so forth. So he set out to find this group, and luckily just kind of happened upon them. And ever since then, we've just been going for it. Love this group. Love hanging out with these people.
Hi everyone, my name is Point1985. I'm a variety caster. Not been streaming too much lately, but I'm planning on getting back into it. I'll be playing Tech Greenmore for you today, or these coming weeks. I'm a halfling rogue. I was born with the halflings, obviously, but then stolen away as a kid by a goblin woman named Wriggler. She lost her own son, and she needed a new one, I guess. He's been living with her for 15 years underground, never been topside. That's when the dwarves came. They killed every goblin they saw and saved Tag. He lived with the dwarves for a couple of years, then set out to find his family. He didn't find his family. He actually had to steal to get money and food, and then Finlos, this old rogue, caught him stealing an amulet. Instead of turning him in, he trained him to be a proper rogue and be a bit more righteous in his ways. After Finlos died, he was an old man. He just died. He set out to find his family again, but Finlos told him to check out this cave. One last thing he wanted, so he did it. That's where he found the party. That's where I am right now. I hope you'll enjoy my character and how I play it. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Tonya, or Missy T TV. I'm a Twitch variety streamer, and as the name suggests, I do different things like video games and knitting and miniature painting and writing and all that jazz. It's just really fun to share with people. My character is called Vistra, and she is a mountain dwarf rogue who doesn't like water. And before she became a rogue, she was a standard middle-aged dwarf, interested in masonry, pretty good at her job, that sort of thing. Then something serious happened, and it made her fall into the world of rogues, because instead of wanting to continue, having love and relationships with people, she decided that it wasn't good for her, and she wanted to fill her heart with treasure and things like that instead. And so, yeah. On the surface, she's quite jolly and confident and has a lot of bravado, but on the inside, she's quite vulnerable. And now that she's a rogue, she's not really, she's not great at it, she's not natural at it, but she is getting better. And yeah, and something that she wants to accomplish in this story, I believe, is that on the surface, she wants to find some really huge amount of treasure that's really noteworthy, that she can be proud of herself for finding and having, but deep down I think she wants to be able to allow people into her heart again, because when she fell into being a rogue, she started to push people that she used to know away. But then I think deep down, she wants to be able to, have relationships with friends again and things like that. She joined the party because a character called Leosin had sent her a message basically asking for her help, and he had previously saved Vistra's life from drowning, and so he was looking at her to return the favour. And this is all going to be on the Meeple Palace. The Meeple Palace is focused on 3 main points, which is miniature painting and tabletop games and board games, as well as roleplay systems like Dungeons and Dragons or Starfind or Warhammer. We've already got a really lovely group of people, and we're really happy with that. But there's always room for more people, more players, more painters. So if that's something you're interested in, you are more than welcome. It doesn't matter if you're inexperienced or you've been painting or playing for years. Everyone is welcome, and this is a dream that Xander, my partner, or many more games, and I have been having for 4 years, and it's just amazing to see it come to life, and we're really proud of that. So thanks for watching.
Welcome to Faerun, the realm of swords and sorcery, and the setting for our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. My name is Many More Games, or you can call me Xander. I am the Dungeon Master for this campaign of Horde of the Dragon Queen. I am a relatively new Dungeon Master. I'm also a streamer. I do painting, miniatures, I play Warhammer, I love miniature games, board games, all of that lot. And that's why I wanted to be involved in this campaign, to start this campaign. I am one of the founding members of the Meeple Palace, which is our streaming network. And we are a group of people who just, we love board games, we love miniature games, we love role-playing games, and we just want to be able to share this love for this hobby with you all. My hopes for the players in this campaign is that they will be able to find a way to explore their characters while at the same time coming together as a cohesive team in order to face off against the evil cult of the dragon and defeat them in their plans, whatever those are, those nefarious cultist plans. So, without further ado, let's get on with the game. Roll on to glory. sorry. I apologize. It's really great to be back here with another episode of Order of the Dragon Queen. Hopefully this time we'll get out of this tower. I tell you what, I can't put you anywhere with 4 walls, because if I do, you just don't come out. It's like, you guys want to be underground. Next time I think I'll do the next thing in the Underdark, because then you'll never live. You'll always be underground, and you'll always be sort of out of it. Sorry, if everyone, I am killing myself laughing. We were just talking about...
And you viewers have all missed the fun moment of drop of bottles for paint and Ghostbusters winding bases up. It's always fun.
Well, as I said, I'm trying to get Rogar into the right mood, because he's supposed to be enraged and beyond all rational thought at the moment. So I thought, let's just bring up Drop of Bottles and the reinvention of the Ghostbusters franchise, which has been done now really, really well.
The shame squad will
just
be
to
in here
let
in
you
a
know,
minute.
Missy, your camera has frozen for me. I've got your sound, but I don't have your camera.
Yeah.
Now you are. Or were you just staying still for a very long time?
It's a bit choppy.
I might be saying still.
Yeah, I think your cam's a bit choppy tonight, Missy.
I think one of the problems is I'm on the 2.5 at the moment, 2.4 at the moment, because the computer is not recognizing 5G. So I might be a bit slower as well. So I apologize. I'm going to do my best, guys. But if it's not perfect, I'm sorry. And we'll hopefully
we ever have a perfect stream.
We always have a perfect
we
stream.
Always have
we never have a
tech problem on our end.
Okay, I'm going to take my earphone off so I can actually hear how loud I'm being, because I'm being very loud. But when I'm wearing these on, I can't hear my volume, so I need to be careful with my how loud I'm being. We have neighbours. We don't want to wake up. Anyway, so let me just give a quick explanation as to where we are this week. In the last week, our intrepid adventurers moved up to the second layer. Had moved up to the second layer of the tower of the Stairway of Heaven. Sorry, no, not Stairway of Heaven, the Heavenly Stairway. I'm not doing Led Zeppelin song here. But they moved up to the next level where they encountered 6 shadowy figures sitting on 6 thrones. Upon stepping towards those 6 shadowy figures, they were accosted by the shade of a foe they'd once thought vanquished. That was Bogrog, the orc bandit chieftain that they thought they had slain. Upon speaking to the shadowy figures, they realized that if they were going to pass, they would have to prove their worth to the great master of the tower, that is Kotos Magpir. They did assure Rogar that his cousin was alive and well, and that he did not need to worry about that. Our intrepid heroes managed to answer 4 out of the 6 riddles. I'm sorry if they were very basic, guys. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and so a lot of them just came off certain websites. But it was a bit of fun, and I think everybody did pretty well there. 4 out of 6 questions answered meant 4 people could pass, and 2 had to remain behind. 4 people passed, and then Vistra took a step forward, and all hell broke loose. And it turned out that there was a giant flesh golem hidden under the guise of the shadows, and there was also a suit of animate armor. And upon beating the armor quite easily, I thought, the fight with the flesh golem was really dragging on until Rogar decided that enough's enough, picked him up, and threw him off the balcony after passing an amazing strength check, which against the flesh golem is pretty good, because the flesh golem's a pretty strong creature. Chucked it over the side, and then it just basically fell to the ground, took a whole mass of bludgeoning damage, and you guys then basically used the tower's own enchantments to your advantage, teleporting down to the bottom of the steps by stepping onto a single step in the wrong direction, and then they basically just chopped the thing to pieces. Upon coming up, you basically you stepped over the stairway. And it turned out that this was sort of like a magical elevator. It brought you up to the next level, where you were confronted by none other than none other than a number of bandit chiefs who were you were confronted by a number of bandit chiefs who were standing around, sort of like looking a bit disgruntled and a bit upset. Also, and they were engaged in conversation with Frula Mondath, who had fled to Elturel after being chased out of her hatchery sort of headquarters by you in earlier part of the game. The bandit chiefs said they had no quarrel with you and decided they were going to move on and leave until Pedrick decided no, charged in, attacked them, and ended up turning this into a large brawl and free for all. It turns out that Frula Mondath had brought back to life the body of Cyanrath as a zombified half dragon. He knocked out a lot of people in the first couple of goes with his poison attacks, but it turned out that he was not quite strong enough. He was taken out, and so was one of the bandit captains. At the moment, we're currently in the middle of the fight. Frula Mondath is still looking pretty healthy, and we have two bandit captains who are at varying degrees of damage. It seems we've got a number of our characters are doing pretty badly at the moment. Kellum is on the ground. He has, I believe, he has failed one death save. He's passed one as well. So we'll see where we go from here. So let's continue with the adventure. And hopefully I'll be a little more into it this week because I will not be suffering from the end of my cold and being absolutely
And playing 6
so,
characters.
Let's get back
You're only playing one extra character today.
I only played one extra character last time, but when you're playing multiple character sheets, it does get a little bit, Anyway, so I've got. It's not for me. I'm happy to play multiple characters. It's just that it really slows down the gameplay for you guys because you have to wait for me, and it's him again, and it's him again, and it's him again. I'm like, when is it going to be my turn? And also, I'm a bit slower, I think, than you guys because you guys have
When is it Sanders'
a whole
Day?
round to kind of think about what your character wants to do.
Yeah.
And I don't have that time. Anyway, sorry, off you go.
Right, who's...
Snowy, you want to say something?
Where's the turn? Or...
I thought Snowy wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just saying, maybe you gave your call to me.
Maybe. That could definitely be the case. All right, so when we finished, it was Tack's turn. So suddenly Tack looks far characterful.
What? I missed that, sorry.
Yeah.
Said suddenly Tack looks far more characterful and full of originality and life. Beforehand, he was kind of
the bandits, they didn't got paid, right? That's what you said last session.
They hadn't been paid. Yeah, they hadn't been paid, and they were a bit upset with Frula Mondath. They said they would leave until you guys attacked them.
Can I shout to one of them? Do you want to make 300 gold? Kill her.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead. I'll let you have that as a free action.
Yeah, that's what I shouted. Then trying to persuade them to help us now, if possible.
I didn't hear what exactly did you say?
I'll offer them 300 gold if they kill her.
300 gold? 300 gold? That's a pittance, that is. 5,000 gold. Then you got a deal.
Vistra?
I have not. Well, hang on. I'm like dying almost. So like, I don't think I have 5,000 on me.
2,000. We won't kill you.
2,000. Show me the gold, and you've got a deal.
Fuck. I'll just pull out my
That's a
paper.
It's a bandit chief. He didn't get to be in charge by not seeing the money. First, he's already made the mistake of
I know
listening
we
to Frula
had a
Mondath.
lot of money's worth of gems and stuff, right?
I think you got about 600 gold's worth of it. You got a lot of stuff.
I thought Vistra had a lot from the chest.
Yeah.
It was mainly copper, if I remember correctly. There was quite a lot of copper.
Yeah.
I'll just show him my bag of 300 and pretend it's 2,000.
So you're gonna chuck him your bag of 300 gold.
I'll try to like what do you call it? Deception, maybe.
Okay. Tell you what. Give me a. Deception. I don't know if that would work because they'd be able to feel the difference between 300 gold and 2,000 gold pretty easily.
I'll say to them that there's a lot of platinum in there.
You're gonna say it's platinum.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the bottom.
All right. One of them is not looking too interested. The other one is looking pretty interestedly at you. Roll. Let's see how interested he is. Roll a deception check.
Roll it.
Please.
I'm going to see with him.
11.
Good. I'm going to see. I'm going to give him a basic. I'm going to give him a basic intelligence check to see if he can figure out how much he's holding. Looking at the guy, if he's looking at that, see how well he does that. How well can he count? Basically, that's what we're looking at. How well can he actually count? Let's see. Where are we? Oh God, I've got to open up all my stuff again. Haven't I? Here we go. Here we go. I keep forgetting it's not like this. It's not like the same week. Let's give him a straight up intelligence check. Let's see how he does with that.
Oh.
17.
Damn.
Okay, he looks at the little bag that you're holding up and he's like, wait a minute. Was it cubic centimeters? There's no way that contains the correct amount of money, not even in platinum.
You'll get the rest afterwards. We're fighting, man.
If you're dead, who's going to get it? If I kill you, I can take the money off your corpse.
Can't kill me.
Well, we'll see about that. All right.
Yes, that's my action, right?
And, sorry, negotiations failed.
Yeah. Can I still attack, or that's basically my action, right?
You can attack. That was your free action. That was a conversation, I'll say. Yeah,
I'll-
a bit of a conversation with him.
Let's see. I'm gonna attack
That is Bentoneth.
Yeah, you don't want to take
where
that
is he? The
That's from the Mondaf there.
Yeah, that's through the Mondath, yeah.
I didn't see her.
Yeah, I that's the problem with these ones that don't have background.
Is there a way for me to hide behind the
Well,
chest over here or something?
Hide under Pedro's body.
If you're going to hide, you have to sort of be able to hide behind something or in something. At the moment, you kind of got.
Although if you're
You've got
if
the
you're,
prone body. I don't think where you are
Now
that you're going to be able to do that. Sorry,
Yeah.
no.
you'd still get your sneak attack though, because I'm in combat. with
Yeah,
them,
because shoot it at 5, so you get that.
15.
I believe that might actually be a hit. Let me just double check, because again, I just realised through the Mondath. Where are you, Mondath? Where are you, Money? There you go. Let's see. Up we go. And through the Mondath. That is a miss, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Alright. That's it for me.
Sorry.
Okay, do you have anything you can do as your
Yeah,
thing to do as a
but
bonus
there's no-
action?
no-
You can disengage, you can dash.
Let me see if I can.
I mean, you're not in combat with anyone. You're gonna run a bit down the stairs.
Yeah, and hide
Yeah,
over
sure.
here maybe, if I can.
Yeah, okay. You can. I'll say you can go down. You can't hide. Well, you can run over there. You can try to hide, but you have to go down sort of into the dark area. Yeah, okay. Try and hide now.
Oop.
And her passive perception. I think she's doing one to see you. I think it's pretty low. I think you'll probably be able to. I need to double check how this works. No. You just hide from her. So yeah, you're hidden. So next turn you'll start out as hidden. All right. Next person to go is Frula Mondath. And Frula Mondath is going to what would she do? Let me just check her spell slots because I can't remember how many she has left. I know she's got some, but I can't remember how many she's got left after the last turn. She's got one spell slot there. She's cast spiritual weapon twice. And she's also cast Cure Wounds. All right, so... Oh, wow, what have I done there? All right, so I'm okay with my spell slots now. She's going to cast... She's still got Spiritual Weapon. It's still in effect. She hasn't been hit. She wasn't hit, so she doesn't have to take a concentration check. She's going to cast, using her last level 3 spell slot, Mass Healing Word.
No.
Spiritual weapon isn't concentration though.
Oh no, that's a bonus action. So I can't. If I do that, I can't use a weapon. So yeah, I'm gonna just do regular old healing word, and she's gonna do it on the bandit captain who looked like he was about to run away.
It is.
Come on, healing word.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cast a spell. Oh wait, sorry. I might do this twice by mistake. Come on. Is it rolling, or am I missing it out?
It's not on the chat.
I haven't seen any rolls.
All right, let's see if I can. Wait, I'm going to try this again. I mean, oh, sorry, that's my fault. It's it keeps asking me what level I want to cast it at, but of course it's underneath the character sheet, so I'm not actually seeing the pop-up come up and ask me if it wants to cast it at level 1. Okay, so it gains 8 HP left. I've tried to cast this spell about 6 times now. And I can't get rid of the thing now. Wait a minute. There you go. Cancel. There we go. All right. So she casts that. So the guy gains 8. Oh, she's used Healing Word, hasn't she? So she can't use her spiritual weapon. All right. And she will, just, I suppose, attack Rogar. Because Rogar's next to her, and she's going to try and hit him.
She can try.
She can try. She's got 2 attacks. So hopefully one will go through for her. I'm not on her side, I promise. Go, Monty! Okay, so Frula Mondas, she's got 2 attacks. She's going to attack with her halberd. 1.
I love halberds.
Oh shit.
2.
Oh damn. By Rogar.
So the first one doesn't go through, but the next one is a critical. The first one is a critical hit.
Yep.
So that's going to hit. And it's going to do 11 damage to Rogar.
That's enough.
Is Rogar down?
Yep.
Take a constitution check, please. That's a fail, I'm afraid. You need to roll on the table. Let's see if he loses an arm.
Lose a limb.
It's
Yeah.
a D10, right?
Just roll a D20. It's a D20.
Oh, D20.
It's a D20, yeah. Don't roll low. Oh, we rolled a 7. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, this is not good. This is really not good.
No.
You suffer an internal injury.
Okay.
Whenever you take an action in combat, you have to take a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. If you fail, you lose your action and can't use any reactions. That includes your dice, but you don't have any left until the start of your next turn. If you receive magical healing, and remember my rule is of level 2 or higher, it will heal. Okay.
Yep.
They also said healing potions work because because they're all sort of biological, they get absorbed into the body. I would think that as long as they do like a decent amount, like maybe 4 HP back, I'd say you'd probably be okay with that as well. Well, they will because they get +4 anyway. Okay, so so Rogar's down, Pedric's down, and that is the end of Frula Mondas' turn. It is Vistra's turn.
All right. Do I go into me? Oh, no, I'm going to stay away. Oh, 2. I think just for the moment, I'm just going to shoot at Thula Mundath.
You're going to shoot Mondas. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've picked up Wrathbringer since I flung it and failed.
You're standing over it because you threw it and you went around to it, but you didn't pick it up.
It fell in front of me, didn't it, or something? But I haven't picked it up yet. So technically, I don't have it on my person. So yeah, I'm just going to go for a standard short bow. I don't. Do I get a sneak attack again? Enemy?
Sneak attack because there's no one within 5 feet of her.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be. You're talking about enemy, or you're talking about friend?
I'm now down.
Rogar's
She is
down,
right.
so he's not. You could try and hide somewhere, move in the hide maybe. But...
Try and hide.
I've got nowhere to hide. Really? Oh, frozen. Okay, go back. Right. I don't really think I've got anywhere to hide. I'm going to shoot. I'll have to think about it afterwards. Right, there we go. Blah, 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 blah.
No. It's a miss, I'm afraid.
I bet that was like a 28 damage or
Yeah,
something.
we're going to come into this with a TDK, aren't we? I'm just sitting there going,
It's a dark
all right,
dungeon.
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And, well, you didn't have to attack the bandits. I'm going to say that one more time. You didn't have to attack them.
Yeah,
You
we
just
know,
decided to.
It's our own fault. Mistakes were made.
I wasn't part of it.
All right, next person, unless Bistro, do you want to run, hide, do anything with the rest of your move? You haven't done anything except your action. You've still got bonus actions. Don't forget, you've got spells. You're an arcane trickster. You can do stuff.
I
Remember?
do, but all my spells, if I remember correctly, all my spells and cantrips are actions, not bonus actions. So I always
Well, don't
have
forget-
to decide which one I want.
I'm just saying, don't
All
forget,
right,
like, don't forget, as a character, you've got like you
Boy,
can,
oh boy.
like a weekly you can put to sleep.
If I'm within DM, if I'm within 5 of this, will it attack me? That's the
Spiritual weapon doesn't have a reaction.
it's a spiritual weapon. Sorry, I forgot about that. All right, so in that case, if I go near, it's not going to do anything to me. So I probably will move. Actually, I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You can
I'm gonna
also
move
you can
there.
dash to
25.
Hide under the bed.
Do that. Maybe.
No, I'll just stay there for a moment. Bentoneth will be up soon. All right, that's my turn.
You have healing
Okay.
potions?
Next one is the bandit captain, and the bandit
Bonus
captain's
action.
going to run over to where she thinks that Tack is. She can attack, but she has disadvantage on all attack rolls. Basically, if she has the general idea of where you've disappeared to, they can attack, but it does have a disadvantage on all attack rolls to hit you. So she's going to try and attack you,
Oto will get
and that
an attack of
is
opportunity as well.
let's see,
Double
so
crit.
3 attacks. 1. Oh, sorry. Let me put disadvantage on. So that would be. Let me roll that again because it has a disadvantage. So let's try again. First one is a 6. The second one is an 11, and the third one is a 6. Do any of those hit you?
Nope.
Okay, so she's stabbing at the dark. He's like stabbing and slashing away at the dark, but it's just not hitting anything. You're like sort of hiding under the stairs, watching this thing all swinging at the shadows.
Just
And
hear a
then this
little
person
giggle.
swinging at the shadows, trying to hit. Yeah, you're just literally just hiding under the table. Where's she going? You know, spreading off in the direction. Okay, it's basically all that she can do. So, what's just happened? I've got to increase the size of everything. One
Did,
second, let me just put it back to normal.
Did the
There we go.
bandit disengage before it moved?
The bandit wasn't. Oh yes, no, I didn't disengage. So yes, Otar gets an attack of opportunity. I forgot Otar was there because I couldn't see his character.
I'm just not good at my job. So I roll my greatsword attack, or
You get a regular sword attack, yeah.
right, cool. With advantage or just regular
No,
roll?
it's just a regular attack.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
that's a miss.
Oh,
So it
damn
basically,
it.
you swing the blade, but she ducks under it, and she runs for the for where she thinks that the halfling is. Unfortunately, because of course halfling's like shown he's got money. Tax has shown he's got some money, and she's like, "That's what I'm here for."
and she's gone after Tack, thinking that I can get that cash. Next one is Bentonet.
Woo, Bentonet!
Wants to do some hitting. All right, so
She's still raging.
being a bit slow today. Yeah, and Benson's definitely got her eyes on through the Mondath. So yeah,
Five more rounds of rage, I believe. Just 1 second, Crystal.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm going to move Benton
Sorry.
next to Rogar.
All right.
Okay, so Benton's next to Rogar, and she is going to use her Warhammer two-handed. She likes that one.
Okay, you have 2 attacks.
Attack Montath. I do.
Montath.
I have rage damage ticked, and I'm on normal. Okay, so here comes 2, 1, and 2. At the same time.
That's a hit.
Which one? Which one? 10 or 23, or both?
I can only see the second.
Yeah, that's roll 20. It had a,
well, I
has a
had a
bug.
10. Yeah,
All right, so the 23 will hit, the 10 doesn't.
Okay, so the 23
being honest with
is...
me, I'm giving you inspiration for being honest. That's a
Right, so
D6
6,
you
7,
spend
8.
to do something. Okay, that is a hit. Yes.
So it's set 8, unless it's halved. In the case 4.
No, it's just hit. You just hit her. Just do some damage.
We can't see
I
it.
just said.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Oh, right, okay.
My damage is 8.
I've got
Okay, I'm just saying it didn't turn
6
up.
bludgeoning.
All right. Roll
It
20.
didn't.
8.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so I've got a bug.
Roll 20's bugging.
No, it's
again.
roll 20. If you roll too fast, it won't show.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh well.
She's taken 8 damage.
Woo!
Is that everything this turn?
Is it halved or?
No, it's she's fine, darling. She's not like the
No,
other one, which is halved. She's human.
Oh, okay. That's just what I wanted to know. Yeah. All right.
No, she's not. She's not Sirenwrath. Sirenwrath was half, but she's not.
Excellent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Next person to go is Rogar. Take a death save, please.
Roll 20. 20.
No,
Okay.
he's
That'll do, though.
still alive though. Rogar's hanging on in there. The next one to go is Otar.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. So the thing is, like, I don't think I can now hand Tack a health potion because he's way over there.
You can give it to Callum now.
You can pour it down his throat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
All
is
right,
a
then.
full action. It's a full action if you give it to someone else. It's a bonus action to take it yourself.
Yeah, we need him back to heal Rogar, I think.
Okay. Otar kind of like after taking a swing at that bandit that like
He
ran
does
to
go
go back.
next.
What?
He does go next. He's next in the line, so.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say after taking a swing at that bandit, Otar just kind of looks over the battlefield and sees that Patrick is doing so good. So he takes one quick sideways glance towards Tack's position and then kind of books it over and then like pulls out one of his health potions to give to Patrick.
Okay,
Like
so
drink deep, poor friend.
that would be 2d4 plus 4 or 1d4
Yep.
plus 4. I need to double check that.
2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4.
Yep.
Okay, so can you? I'll roll that quickly. So that's 2d4 plus 4. So that is
Great
6
roll.
health.
Great roll.
I didn't do it. It was roll 20. All right. I don't control the dice. You see everything I roll. So
Right.
Pedro back up with his 6 health. He is suffering from broken ribs, so he will have. But no, he took a health potion, so the broken ribs are gone.
It's good now.
He's back up. He's got 6 health.
Oh,
Awesome. I need to see how many spells he's got left because he might not have many left actually.
I think he's cantrips.
Okay, he's got no. Oh, any of his level 3 ones up yet? Okay. All right. So Next person is.
Oh, okay.
Is that he will cast Cure Wounds on Rogar.
He has to move
Oh
over.
no, he needs
then.
to be over there, doesn't he? It's a touch spell. He has to move over. Is he going to be able to get there? He
can
can
do it.
run. He can do it. I think he can go around. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He could
runs over.
stand there. Yeah.
No, he needs to be able to touch Rogar.
Diagonal.
Yeah, on the diagonal.
Yeah, I was just trying
This
to
is better.
get him into combat
All right, fair enough.
through Lamonda.
Yeah, fair.
And he's going to cast. First of all, he's going to switch from his greatsword to his thing and his shield to bump up his AC. Because he's like, I need to be a bit more defensive now. We put the greatsword on my back, pick up my shield, and have my sword. I have my hammer ready. So I get to add +2 to his AC, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds on you, Rogar.
Lovely.
And he's going to cast it at level 2 because he has not used any of his level 2. So yes, oh no, he has. So he's got level because he's been casting things at level 2. So he's using level 1. Okay, so you gain 8 HP back, Rogar. Rogar, that was a level 1. I couldn't cast level 2, so unfortunately you're still suffering from the broken ribs, the internal injuries. But you are up and you're no longer in danger.
Lovely.
Woohoo!
Okay. Also, Pedrick does have a bonus action. He can cast Sacred Flame as a bonus action, being a War Priest. So he's going to cast it at Frula Mondath.
Oh.
That being a cantrip. So he's going to cast Sacred Flame, which would be 5. Now I've got to switch to Frula Mondath. Frula Mondath, take your deck save. Frula Mondath.
Oh my God.
Nothing happens. She sees she sees Rogar get up, and she's like, "Whoa, no way!" She just dodges out the way. What are you doing? Dodges, and this flame flies past her. And that would be so. It's then the bandit captain's turn. My turn again. Sorry.
Oh, I forgot to move Otar.
And I'm going to bring back. So Pedrick's armor class is now back up to 16. Okay, and I think that where's Otar? Okay, so she'll take a step forward and she'll try and attack Otar. Since Otar's right in front of her. So that is 3 attacks. 1 attack. Oh, she's on normal. She's not on disadvantage. Let's try that again.
Oh,
so that's 20.
Oh.
Regular attack as a 9. That would be a miss, I believe.
Yep, nothing.
The dagger attack is a miss as well.
Yes.
If I remember correctly. So it's only but it is a critical hit. And she does 8 damage. Which is actually really, really bad for a critical hit. So so bad.
So let me fix that. First week I'm back and I'm already like almost dead.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, I tell you what, Otar has not gone down once yet. At least that's the first time you're getting close. Pedrick's been down once. Rogar's been down twice. This just been down once.
This fight. Twice this fight.
You should have brought Copernicus. You just were so angry you didn't go get him. He's sitting at home going, Rogar is be friend. I will be strong. Oh, thank you for this food. Very nice dragon lady. Very pretty dragon lady. Thank you for this.
Right, but hey, dear.
Yep.
So it's a 10 minus what? Like how much damage do I take? Just so I can.
It was just 8 damage. It was 8 damage.
1, 2.
I think you've still got I think you've got like 2 HP left or something like that. Next person is Tak.
I think Tak's gonna sneakily attack this guy with the rapier.
With the rapier? Okay.
Yep, got advantage, right? Because I'm hidden.
And you're doing an offhand strike as well?
Yep.
So you have advantage. You have advantage with your thing and with your dagger. So the rapier hits. And does 15 damage. Wow, that's a lot. Let me just see. Before you do anything else, let me just see.
Nice.
And I just check this character sheet. Okay, with that blow, you basically come out and you can see you've hit something really critical. I'm going to have this guy taking a constitutional saving throw because that was a really nasty hit that you just gave him. So let's see. Pass a con check. He fails. So let's see what he does. I need to roll a 1d10 and let's see what happens to him. A 6. That is a. I should know these better by now, but I don't, so sue me. He can't take any reactions and he has disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks until next turn. Basically, he's taking such a heavy blow, he's clutching at his wound, he's snarling. Sorry, she's clutching at her wound, he's snarling at you. She's like, where did you come from? She's like holding her leg. You basically pierce the femoral artery. And like, with a single blow, and you have a dagger attack if you want to do an offhand attack.
Yeah, can I do that with the daggers on fire?
Yes, you can. It has advantage, but it's just a regular old dagger attack. So that's a hit. And
no sneak attack.
It only does 3 damage because it just doesn't. Since it's offhand, it doesn't get your bonus attached. So it does 3 damage to her, which I don't know if that takes her out. It doesn't. It hits her, and you can see that she's gasping in pain. She's sort of like she's clutching her wound. She's sobbing tears down her cheeks. She's dropped one of her scimitars to clutch her weapon, to clutch her sort of her wound. And she's almost like trying to drag herself away from you now. So that was a very, very good attack. Yeah, Frula Mondath. Okay, Frula Mondath has just been attacked by. She's got Rogar and Bentoneth in front of her. What's she gonna do? She is going to probably cast something if she can. What's she got left? I don't think she's got many spell slots left. She's got 1 spell slot left. She's going to use Sacred Flame. No, she's probably just going to attack with her halberd. She'll attack. Who attacked her last? It was Bentoneth, wasn't it? So she'll attack Bentoneth with her halberd. That will be so. She sees Rogar come and she's basically she took a heavy blow from Bentoneth and she spins around to try and parry, and you see this like halberd start spinning towards you, Bentoneth. She's weaving it around. It's kind of weird martial art that looks really kind of strange. It almost looks like sinuous movements, almost like some sort of dragon or serpentine like creature, and she strikes you twice in quick succession. For 17, and the second one will definitely miss, but the 17 hits.
Yes, the first one hits.
First one hit. It does 3 damage, which becomes 1, because you're halving everything. So this blow just comes up towards you. You can contemptuously just lift your arm and just bat it away. You take like a little nick on your arm. That's all. You get a little tiny cut across the back of your arm. And that is Frula Mondath's turn. Oh no, she can attack with a spiritual weapon. And I should have taken concentration check to see whether she dropped her spiritual weapon. Because I didn't, I'm just going to keep going. Sorry, guys. Spiritual weapon as a bonus attack is going to try and attack Rogar. Because it's right next to him.
I'm currently prone as well, so...
You're currently prone, are you? So it has advantage to its attack. So, advantage... and spiritual weapon. 22.
Yeah, that hit.
She cast it not 2. That's 5 force damage. roll a 1. So you take 5 force damage, which I believe leaves you on like 3 health or something.
Yeah, I'm not doing so good.
And next person to go is Vistra.
Vistra's going to move. So 5, 10. Yeah, she's going to move there, and she's going to take another pot shot at what's it? Oh, can I try and stealth? Can I try and hide where I am?
Yeah,
So
go
I'm
on.
in the shadow.
Yeah, go on.
Right.
Let's get higher than a 14.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
You disappear from sight. You dive into the shadows and you sort of appear from another area.
Okay.
Way to go.
Who are you going to attack?
Mum front. Mondath.
Mondath.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Sneak
advantage.
attack is on. Advantage. Sneak attack. Sneak attack is on. Yes.
Yep.
No one
Should
has
be.
a problem with that one. All right. Anyway, short bow. Here it comes. With advantage, 18.
Didn't turn up for me.
I
Do
didn't
it
see
again.
Try and do the damage. That would hit.
Okay, so 18 hits. All right. So sneak attack is
15
8
damage. Oh.
and piercing 7.
15.
Damn.
Cool.
Your rogues are doing more damage than the fighters.
Yeah,
Of course we do.
freaking sneaky bastard.
Okay, so but this arrow, you're still sort of like a dwarvish figure skitters off to the side, vanishes into the shadows, rolls out of the shadows on the other side, and launches this arrow strike. It sort of spirals through the air, almost curves, smacks into Vrula on their shoulder, and she's like, "Ah!" like almost like, wailing back as this massive, just like wound appears in her shoulder. Arrow just goes straight through and pierces right through her mail and splashes out the other side. You can see that she's taken a lot of damage. She's going to take a concentration check now, definitely. She took 15 damage, so it's a concentration 15 saving throw. To try and keep that. Constitution, so she's on normal, not advantage. We try that again. It would be I always take the left anyway. I always take the left, so it would be a 10.
Usually, but...
So if he fails, and the spiritual weapon, the mystic mosquito vanishes.
The weapon is not concentration.
Sorry?
The weapon is not concentration.
Spiritual weapon is concentration.
Nope.
It is, I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
I'm sure it's not.
Because the last one vanished because you got hit.
Let's have a look. Spiritual weapon.
Let's have a look.
Spiritual weapon.
Is it not concentration?
It's not. No, it's not.
Nope.
It's not.
It's not. Oh my goodness! I always thought, well, why did it
You
disappear
summon it,
last
and
time?
then it's there.
All right. Well, it's a pity we weren't with you. You weren't here last time because last time she lost the mushroom because of her lack of concentration. All right. Well, there we go. She keeps the mushroom. The mosquito. It vanishes into thin air and then suddenly coalesces back into another mosquito, even more dangerous looking than before. The next one to go is the bandit captain. I think this was she risky. I think she would be trying to get away from you. She's going to use her full movement to disengage. She's going to do a disengage action and just escape from attack. She's going to run towards the door. So that would be 25, 30, 35. So she's trying to run. That will be her entire move, I think, because I mean she's definitely taken a lot of damage. Your turn now. Bentoneth.
Do I get an attack opportunity or no?
She didn't walk past you. I went around you.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem.
All right. Bentoneth is going to move and basically is going to go into flanking position. Do I still get flanking if Rogar is prone?
Rogar is no,
No, you
prone.
won't.
I wouldn't. All right.
No.
Never mind. Right, she'll still go
Change
there anyway,
Pedrix.
though. Okay, so she'll go there. She doesn't get advantage for that, but she's still on thingy. So, 2 attacks. 1. Did you see that one?
No, it didn't come up. I don't know what's going on
Again?
Oh, that
Yeah,
one.
well, that second one.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh, natural 20.
Do you want me to roll a third time or use the one that I can see?
What did the first one?
The first
do?
one's a 19. Does that hit?
Yeah, all right, go on then. Do the natural. Do that one first.
All right, so the 19 hit is a, I don't know if you'll see this, is a 2 and, wow, bludgeoning 12.
14. Damn.
And crit 27 is...
Okay, so Mondath sees this blow coming. You spin around, Benton, you sort of run around Frula Mondath. Frula Mondath tries to circle with you as you move, but you're just too fast for her. It's basically, you're a barbarian. Barbarians are fast. They're able to cover the space really quickly. Benton is not wearing any, she's wearing like no armor at all. And this is just like, this gives her the tiny edge of speed that she needs to get behind Frula Mondath. Is still trying to turn. Her male armor is kind of getting in the way as she's trying to spin around. She's just too slow. And this blow comes rocketing from behind. First one, bang! Frula Mondath just moves forward. She lurches forward. Almost, Rogar, you can see her. She's over you. She's like lurching forward. Blood splashes from her mouth, and she's like vomits out blood. The next blow hits her right between where her neck and her back join, and there's this sickening crack. Her neck lolls to one side, and she just slumps forward on top of you, and Frula Mondath is down.
I would like to say that the first hit, that Bentoneth kind of did an overhead hit, but then the second one, she actually, almost like a cricket bat, she went like that, just like that. That's how I sort of envisioned it. But
even
yeah,
better. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
So she's down now. So she's slumped over you, Rogar. Life's blood just spilling out over your armor.
And then for Bentoneth's last thing of moving, so because I haven't moved yet, she is just going to move. She hasn't moved already, so
now the spiritual weapon disappears.
Yeah. Now it's gone.
15, 20. Bentoneth is just going to stand there in like one space away from the guards trying to get out. Bandits.
Okay, Rogar, you're next.
So I believe that's
That's it. Yeah, that's everything you've done, I believe.
Rogar's going to start. He's going to start looking through pockets, looking through the Mondath's body, trying to find a clue.
You're still prone, so she's lying on top of you, and you're.
Yeah, I'll kick her off.
Rummaging through.
Yeah, I'll roll over and then just get on top of her body and just start rummaging through, looking for clues.
Okay.
And I'll start ripping clothes. I'll start ripping robes and stuff apart, trying to find. I'm not being gentle here. I am.
We are a PG-13. Promise.
She can keep her clothes on. I'm just not being careful with them.
Give her a kick as well. Okay. All right. So that makes it okay. You rummaged through her. You rummaged through her robes. I would need to roll. I'll say you find a number of things. I would like to wait till we're out of combat because I need to roll them up.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
fine.
a bit. It would be a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just spend my turn just ripping through pockets and trying to find clues.
Okay.
That's it. I'll spend.
Right.
That's what I'll do with my turn.
Okay. Ota?
My turn.
You're up next, and you're currently engaged in combat with one of the bandits.
Right. Okay. Otar is going to turn to this bandit and kind of as he raises his sword for his first attack, he's going to say, "Ryugu ataki wa kurau," which of course in English means "Let the dragon consume you." Before shoot.
All right, let's see if the dragon consumes him.
Ooh.
That's what she said.
First attack.
I like the authentic Aarakocra tongue that you threw into that. That's a hit.
Alright. And then I believe I get 2 attacks?
No, only 1.
Okay.
You're not level
Alright.
5, you're only level 4.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought I... wait.
No,
What?
no
okay.
one's leveled up to level 5. So it's only, you're still only level 4.
Alright, sure. Okay.
Only
Then
meant because she was an NPC that basically joined you and Vistra's controlled.
How do I roll damage? Do I just click the part?
Where's this greatsword? You see where you've done the 21? Just click on the word greatsword underneath it.
Okay. 13 damage.
So that's
Nice.
damage. Okay.
Finish him.
He's not finished.
Damn it.
But can I use my bonus to pop a healing potion on myself? I'll wait.
Sorry, I'm just doing this quickly to.
No worries.
I believe you can. I believe Xander said that for an action you can give a potion to someone else, but as a bonus you can drink your own health potion.
That must be your last healing potion though, because I remember correctly you only had 2, so that would be your very last one. Yep, you can pop a healing potion as a bonus action.
I'm good.
Okay. So what do I roll for that again?
We roll. I'll roll it for you. It's 2d4. Then we add 4. So it's 10. That's 10 HP. 2d4 plus 4.
Cool.
Okay, so that is you up and running. The next person to go is Pedrick. Oh, so that's your. Are you going? Do you want to do anything else? You've done your action. You've done your bonus.
Well, it's attack, bonus, and I think if I move, then I get an attack of opportunity on myself. So I'm gonna take
If
you
move
move,
here,
you'll be attacked. Yes.
if you move here, you'll be all right. You could move there.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you stay within the 5-foot radius.
Yeah, I'll
that
move
way-
for the other.
And that
go.
way,
Okay.
as that one moves away, you get to swipe at them as well.
Oh, sure. Over there. I'll just regroup.
Well, then they get an attack of opportunity against you.
That's what I was asking.
Sorry.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was asking in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't move away from away from that square, but you can
Move
move
out of combat.
to
You
that
have
square.
an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
If you move,
Well,
you can
okay,
move
well,
within the 5-foot radius. That's fine, but you can't move out of combat without getting attacked.
Yeah, more than 5 they'll attack you.
Oh well, no, yeah, that's what I was asking in the first place. Like, because I said if I moved away, I would get an attack of opportunity, and then you said if I moved.
No, we said if you move within 5 foot of the same guy, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But you
and then, so
can't
how much
move
health did I get there? Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. You can move there or there, like pointing out. That's okay.
I guess.
All right, next person to go.
Hang on, you haven't let Snowy go where he wants to go.
I thought he said he finished. Sorry, there's a delay between when Snowy comes through and when I'm doing it. So Snowy comes through like 2 seconds after I've started talking again. So it's a bit.
There you go. So you
I'm
move.
trying.
There you go.
I'll move there.
All right, there we go.
Sorted.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Next
how much-
person to go is Pedrick. Pedrick will cast Cure Wounds on Rogar again,
Thank you kindly.
because that's what he would do, I think. Pedrick spells. You got 10 HP back,
There
Otar.
we go.
You got
Oh,
10.
okay. Cool. Nice.
Okay. He's going to cast Cure Wounds, and he casts it on you at level 1. It's 12 HP back.
Oh damn.
He rolled maximum, so that's pretty good for a level 1.
Nice.
And then it is Bandit Captain's turn. He can actually, no, bonus action, he can cast Sacred Flame. He'll cast it at the one who's trying to run.
Kill him.
The one who's trying to get away, because he's done it so many times. You know, whenever someone tries to leave, Petri is not going to let these bandits leave. He's like, "You're going nowhere." Shoots like a fire, like a line of white fire at this.
Yeah.
I hope he finishes them off. He's the one who started a fight with them guys.
Yeah.
Finish what you started, Pedrick.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing 6 damage. Bandit Captain. She meets it, so she's okay. She dodges it. She's like limping, but she's just sort of like lurches out the way, and this fire goes right by her ear. Maybe it lops off an ear. I'll say it burns off an ear, but it doesn't actually hit her full on. Next person to go is the bandit captain that's attacked that I believe Otar's fighting. So she'll heal attack Otar.
Okay.
And
Try
so that's 3 attacks. Scimitar.
Yeah.
Scimitar. Dagger.
The second scimitar didn't show up.
it
Second one
didn't.
was 22.
Oh,
So
yeah,
2 scimitars went through. 4 damage with the first one. And 5 damage with the next one. So basically, you gained 1 HP back from your HP potion in the end. But you didn't go down. That's the point. You didn't go down. And next person to go is Tack.
Tack is gonna move behind Rogar, and he's gonna hide behind him.
Okay.
And then
He's hiding behind Rogar while she's like ripping into Freedom on that. It's just like
basically. Then I'm gonna hit the furthest one that's trying to get away.
all right. Just roll a stealth check to make sure that you do that. You probably will, but just in case.
Oh, sorry, it's an
I'll
advantage.
just put it against. Yep, you're fine.
So Rogar didn't
You
even
hide
notice you
behind
there.
Rogar. Suddenly you pick up Rogar. I always take the one on the left anyway, so that is a thing, and that is a hit with your short bow. Which bandit captain are you attacking?
That one.
That one, okay. The one that you stabbed in the leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, that's a hit. How do you want this to look?
Just a headshot.
Headshot.
Like in one ear, out the other.
Okay.
Listen,
I really want to know the physics of that, being that you're a halfling and you're much further down than they are. For it to be a diagonal upward shot. So she was probably like tilting her head to one side as this arrow just goes through. But yeah, she's gone. And next up is Vistra. Oh, sorry. Did you want to do anything else, Point?
No. I'm good.
right, so Vistra will move 5, 10. I believe my Wrathbringer is somewhere around here. So for a bonus action, I will pick it up.
Yeah. I'll say you search around and you find Wrathbringer and pick it up.
So
Take a wisdom saving throw.
Huh?
What about that? All right, not on advantage. Okay, wisdom.
Wrathbringer doesn't like being left on the floor when there's blood to be spilt.
Wisdom save is 19.
All right, the whispers in your mind sort of go back, but you can hear this like almost like buzzing of like insects, like really angry bees in the back of your mind. It's like this is not a happy relationship at the moment between you and Wrathbringer. You've been chucking it and not been hitting things and not killing things. It's not happy.
All right, and as an action, she will then use Wrathbringer and attack the last chappie.
Okay, it's still just a javelin, so you throw a javelin. It doesn't do like your electric attack, but it would still hit. You can still throw it. It will have sneak attack damage. Okay, that's good with sneak attack damage.
And that's a hit.
I didn't see it again. That's a hit, but I didn't see it.
All right. So that was a 16, and then it's a failed 6 for sneak and a normal 6 for piercing.
Well, it's a past sneak. I mean, it's just a low amount of damage.
No, that's what I meant. It's just a red 6 and a normal
Just roll
6.
one. Okay, so that's 12 damage. Wow, okay. Okay. All right. So Wrathbringer, you can almost just hear the joy in Wrathbringer as you throw it, and it finally hits something. It finally hits something, and it's sticking out of the shoulder of this bandit captain who's like who's desperately realizing that he's on his own now, and that there's some very angry people who've taken a lot of damage and are looking for revenge. Yeah, so that is a definite hit. You will have to retrieve Wrathbringer before you can use it again.
Yes.
Okay. Next person is Bentoneth.
Bentoneth doesn't care. She's just going to go straight in. I've got a bone to pick with you. She goes over. And then here comes her 2 attacks.
Can you do them very carefully? Just give me a little bit of a gap between them.
I do. That's really strange. All right, so normal. So, okay, ready? 1.
Yep.
There's one.
That one came through.
Okay.
22.
And the second one?
You want me to do it now or wait?
Yeah, do them both so I can see.
Okay.
There we go.
Now?
All right, this is working. It's coming through now.
Right.
All right, the first one hits.
Okay, first one is
Nice.
14.
Solid.
I love
Nice.
barbarians. You just do so much.
Me too. I
damage.
love
that.
2, 3.
2 rage left.
If this game carries on the way it's going, Rogar might become a barbarian. So.
10,
From your situation,
Right,
it
that
makes
is,
sense.
Yep, that was pretty good. Oh, 14. Sorry, I got 2 more to put on.
Yeah, 14.
13, 14, 15. Okay. All right. So yeah, you smack this guy who's been spinning around, hit by Wrathbringer, and suddenly you come up and smack it with it. Smack him with a hammer. You hit he ducks one blow, he gets hit by the second, and he's just now he's looking more and more bewildered. You're all insane. You're all insane. He's just trying to sort of like he's spinning around with his daggers, like trying to get all of you in his sight. Next up is Rogar.
So in the last 6 seconds, will I have completed ripping through pockets and?
Well, normally it takes 10 minutes to actually search. No.
Okay, then I will carry on ripping through
Well,
pockets.
you have to tell me how long. You have to tell me how long you want to search. Really, that's what you can tell me. How in depth of a search you doing? Please don't say too much.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm just looking for bits of paper or clues to my cousin's whereabouts. So I'm not looking for gold and trinkets and weapons and stuff like that. I'm literally looking for something that would give me a clue as to how I'm going to find my cousin from this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's up to you how long I need to do search for that, if I find anything. So if there's nothing there, I'll just keep going until somebody stops me.
It would probably take you at least a minute or 2 to really search through all the pockets, I would have thought. So
Yep,
you
fair
still
enough.
look, if you want to continue.
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in full peed off mode.
Search
So, yeah.
mode.
Yep.
Okay. So next up is Otar.
All right.
Finish him.
Come on. All right. Otar is going to take his greatsword. Actually, how hurt is this guy? I'm just wondering.
He's pretty hurt. He's looking like he's in quite a bit of trouble.
All right, then I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to attack him with, instead of my greatsword, I'm going to attack him with my talons.
Okay. Cool. Go on then.
All right, next on feet, and I hit him with my talons. Ha! I go right
That
for.
is I need to check quickly because he does have a special rule, and he's not disadvantaged. So yeah, he has an ability called parry. He can, if you attack him with a melee attack, he can add 2 to his AC against 1 attack. So unfortunately, that is a miss. So you try with your talons, then it's like this scimitar comes up and sparks fly as you're sort of like for a second you're almost through, and then he just throws up your attack.
Yeah, I try to like kind of come in like with my taloned hands or whatever. Like, but
if
it
you
didn't work.
the first attack didn't work. If you want to do an offhand strike, you can, but it would just be basically your strength
Punch him.
modifier.
Okay,
Plus
all right,
one.
yeah. So I can't be like, I missed. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna really try and just sock one. Oh, just straight.
Basically, yeah, you could do offhand strike, but it would only be like 1 damage.
So I click on my strength.
Yep. No, you just do your regular attack again.
Okay, regular top.
Tap,
Okay.
tap, tap, tap. Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Yep. So when you do an unarmed strike, you always do, I believe it is 1, you would do 1 plus your strength modifier.
7 then.
So roll, so it would be 2, so it would be 2 plus your strength modifier, so it would be 4 damage.
Okay.
So that's 4 damage to him. So yeah, the second blow just comes in, and how does that look? Because it doesn't kill him, but I just want to see how did you get that second blow?
All right. Well, when I tried to get him with my talons with the first attack, like he like blocked it wherever, and then after I swung, I kind of did the backhand like with a clenched fist, like.
How dare you, sir?
That's like.
How dare you! Smack across the cheek. Okay. He stops and then he looks back at you. And you continue the fight. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? You've done your bonus action and your main action.
Second wind.
Attack. Did I get that right with the bonus, with the hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah, I think so.
He has a racial trait that allows him to use 1d4 / damage on a hit. Okay, let's roll 1d4.
That's what
yeah, but on an offhand, on his offhand strike, can he still do that?
Yeah, that's the racial, I think. Offhand is basically an unarmed strike.
It's not like combat. I was just wondering whether it counts like a weapon, or whether it counts like martial arts where you always get to add your bonus, even if you think offhand. You know what I mean? I believe
It's
that it would just be
because the
1d4
talon
times
is his fist, right? So that's why I thought this was a...
Okay, yeah. So instead of being adding your bonus damage, it would just be 1d4 times 2.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't get the strength modifier.
Exactly.
So it would be 1d4 times 2.
Oh, damn.
So 8 damage. Okay, so that's a lot more.
Yeah, that'll do it. Hopefully.
All right. So what do I have to do for my second wind? I want to use a bonus.
Second wind is a bonus action. You can't use that if you've done your offhand strike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when you decide to use your other hand, that is your bonus action. You don't get 2 attacks as a standard yet. Next level you will, but right now you only get 1 attack.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
Well, originally I just wanted to attack with just my talons, and then I was going to use a second wind.
Yeah, but you did. I asked you whether you wanted to do an attack, a second attack with your offhand blow, and you said yeah. And so now you did, and then you did 8 damage to him because you did a critical hit. But you can't then second wind because second wind is a bonus action.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll let it be for now. Yeah, I'll just not.
We should be
I'll use
finished
next.
soon.
Okay.
We'll use it next time, yeah.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
But you can still second wind like later if you want to. Next, I mean, 8 damage is a lot.
Yeah, that helps.
Next up is Pedrick. Pedrick is going to try and finish it.
Okay.
He's going to try and hit him with his warhammer. And let's see if Pedrick actually does hit.
With advantage.
He's got to take he got healed, so he's okay. So he's going to core strike. He's going to try and hit with his mace.
You should have advantage as well because he's flanking. Maybe get another critical.
Okay, let's try that again. Let's just see if he gets a critical.
Never mind.
No, the first one's 23 to hit. And for 8 damage, Pedrick, who started it with the first blow, ends it with the last blow.
Finish
Medric's like, I told you that you wouldn't get away, and then smack, killing the abomination. Fatality.
You did it.
Okay. You are out of initiative order. Combat is over. Congratulations, you survived a near-death experience.
Yeah. And Rogar has no clue.
Okay.
He's still just going.
So Rogar is searching. Needs to search for like another 5 minutes or something. Anyway, so does anybody want to do anything?
Yeah,
Well,
Tech will run over to the dead body, and he'll say, "You should have taken the money." And I'm gonna lie on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right. Then Otar. Oh, I'll wait.
No, keep going. Sorry, I'm just doing some stuff for what Rogar's looking for in the background. So keep going. I'm just doing my thing. It just happens that because I'm never whispering my rolls, it's just coming up for you to see.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, okay. So after exiting combat, Otar's gonna come over to Rogar and say with a exasperated sigh, just like very tired, he's just like, Rogar, I find your recent behavior troubling. Reminds me of an old companion of mine, Talash, a full orc. He was not the brightest, but he was brave and strong. I have not seen him in 13 moons.
Rogar looks up at Otar briefly for a moment. Doesn't say a word and just gets back onto just ripping through pockets.
Yeah, Otar just kind of Otar just sighs out of his nose and kind of walks over to see if Pedrick is okay.
Okay, Pedrick is currently swaying on his feet a little bit. He's going, I killed them. The abominations. They're all down. Thank you, Torm. Thank you for blessing me. And he's like on his knees and he's just like praying to Torm for like this great combat that he started, but he managed to finish. So Torm's probably quite happy with that. So he notices your presence and he takes comfort in your presence, but he's focused on praying to Torm at the moment. He's dedicating this victory to Torm. Okay, Vistra, do you want to do anything?
Well, Vistra is now slumped a little bit. She's a bit worse for wear, so she's slumped on the floor where she literally stood. She is actually eyeing up the body that still has Wrathbringer inside. She's just slumped on the floor, just looking over at Wrathbringer. Bentonep, however, is probably going to... she's going to go over to Rogar, and she's literally just going to manhandle him and make him stand up. He can still be searching, but she's basically going to stand Rogar up and try and get Benton, enough so that he can still search, though. So she's just going to basically help him up so he can bend over and keep searching. But she's just going to manhandle him up off the floor.
Okay. So you're being manhandled. How do you respond?
Rogar wants to punch Bentoneth.
Bentoneth's still raging. She's like,
yeah. That's literally all it is. It's like he's raging, so she's not going to be gentle with him at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
just trying to find the right table. What's Tak doing?
He's gonna search the room for stuff after a few minutes, like the chest and that chest and under the bed.
All right. So I just need to roll 2 times quickly. So you're looking around the room. It is quite an opulent-looking, sort of almost like lounge area. There's an eternal flame fire, which is just like putting. You can see that there's no actual like wood or anything that's being consumed by it. It's just like fire, and it's producing a very pleasant heat in the room. There's a number of sort of bookshelves lining the room. The titles are quite esoteric. Things like 101 grooming tips for the casual mage. So you forgot your nail clippers, 101 tips to maintain the length of your nails. All sorts of like really just weird, very everything seems to be like focused on tiny little useless cantrips to kind of make sure that the appearance of this individual is okay. How long do you want to spend looking? I don't know how detailed of a search you're trying to do.
I'm like searching the chests mostly for stuff, and maybe under the bed and in the mattress and stuff.
Okay. Let me just check quickly because I've already rolled for that. Let me just see what this comes up as. Okay, and the next one was. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So your search. This is kind of a combination of Rogar and your search. And so your search turns up two things. First of all, sort of hidden, what seems to be sort of like hidden behind a very weirdly shaped umbrella stand, which is holding a number of like staffs with different sort of quite mundane looking staffs, almost like walking sticks with different like shaped and carved heads. You see like flashing in the dark. There is a rapier, a silver rapier that glows with a sort of an inner light. You don't know exactly what it does, but it seems to be quite delicate work. It looks almost elven in nature. There's a lot of sort of vine patterns running up it. It seems to have a lot of intricate detail on the handle, woodland scenes, and mythical creatures.
Tech really likes it. He loves shiny stuff, so.
Yeah, it's very shiny. It's sort of like a bluish silver metal. The next one you find a pair of shoes. You find a pair of shoes kind of slipped again, sort of like these. They're not hidden, but sort of like in a little alcove. And these shoes are was it 20? Yeah. So these shoes are, again, they seem to be of elvish make. You can't see the stitching. It seems to be almost like it's been just made out of one piece of sort of leather. These can be made of like one piece of leather. They're incredibly light when you pick them up. Again, they seem to be quite...
Yeah, I'll throw those over to Vistra. I'll say, I don't wear shoes.
Vistra, a pair of like elvish shoes come out, fly out, and sort of you're slaughter and they smack you on the side of the head. And it's just like, I don't wear shoes. Clop. Landed your lap. I can't tell you what these are right now, but you can probably sort of can tell with your knowledge of magic, Vistra, that these probably have some sort of enchantment on them.
Okay. Vistra just sort of looks a bit disgruntledly, was that a word, at Tack, and it's just like, But then she just sort of takes it, but she's still just sitting on the floor, just looking at Wrathbringer. Well, it's just like a pool of blood comes out of the guy. With Bentonette, now that Rogar is in a really good...
Are you trying to speak with him or it?
Who? What?
Why are you looking at Wrathbringer? Are you trying to communicate with Wrathbringer?
No. She's just tired. She's like single figures of health, and so she's just slumped on the floor, and she's she doesn't have the energy to get up yet to go and get Wrathbringer. So her eyes are just fixed on it. That's all. Bentonette, but she takes the boots or shoes that Tack gave her. I'm just not very happy that the way he threw it at her. Bentonette.
What an accident.
Bentonette, now she's picked up Rogar. She doesn't really care that he looks like he wants to punch her, to be honest. He doesn't care. But now she's done that to Rogar. She's now getting a bit curious because obviously with Bentonette's backstory, like she wants to see if there's any clues. I mean, I actually don't know what her investigation is. Yeah, not fantastic, but yeah, she's have a look around though, and just see if there's anything, any clues, anything to notice, scratch marks, footprints, things like that. It's not really her expertise, but she wants to have a look.
No, it's not really her area, is it?
It really isn't.
You're looking around. It doesn't seem like there's anything of any religious importance in this room. It's really just trinkets and frippery. You know, this is kind of like, you can see this is like the room of someone who's incredibly vain, someone who likes their own image. There's mirrors everywhere. Okay, there's little hand mirrors. There's sort of like a big mirror on the ceiling. All sorts of interesting little sort of like mirrors everywhere, and it seems to you like this is a room of someone who's not really a very deep individual. Everything seems to be sort of geared towards sort of self-aggrandizement and you know, all the books are like self-help books on how to make yourself seem more attractive to other people, or how to maintain your beauty. You know, they're all like really very, very sort of like just nothing books, you know, and even like the trinkets and stuff, they're all things which seem to be geared towards looking nice because they look nice, not because they seem to have any like value. There's really nothing here that would sort of be, and that seems to have anything connected with tribal art or totem worship.
It's all costume.
Seems to be very.
That's fine. Vistra's gonna stand up.
There's no bed in here. There's a bed, yeah, but yeah, it's on the whole ceiling.
Vistra's gonna stand up a bit weakly, and she's gonna slowly make her way over to the as Wrathbringer, and she's gonna take him. She's gonna have a little bit of a weak smile on her face, and then she also would just like to have a look around in case there's any footprints and scratch marks and anything to give.
Okay, so, perception check, please, or insight, insight or investigation.
I will go with definitely investigation, I think.
Okay. You notice that you can see a number of sort of different footprints in the floor. I mean, this is not sort of on the carpet, but really a lot of the floor is like stone, except for the big carpet in the center. You can see, I think with a 9, you'll probably be able to tell people have been moving around and there've been a number of different sizes of feet. You wouldn't be able to sort of point out who had what. You know, it's not your area of expertise. And also, normally you would have much more time to sort of case the joint and get to learn like the different steps of the guards and stuff. This has really just been very ad hoc for you. And I'm afraid you don't really notice anything.
That's all right. Vistra will go over to also that dark area that her and Tak have been hiding in, and with her dark vision, she wants to have a look around as well.
All right. As you look down, one thing you would notice, I believe, is that there is it's dark, but as you look further down, you can see that some of the darkness is giving way to almost a very, very faint golden glow.
Okay. Vistra will light a torch and drop it.
Okay, deduct 1 torch from your character sheet. You light a torch and you drop it down the stairs. It rolls and rattles down the stairs, lighting up a little bit as it goes. You don't really need this because you do have dark vision.
No, it's just perfect.
But it does give you sort of a color that you wouldn't have with dark vision. You see the different steps descending in a spiral staircase pattern. It rolls down, and as you can sort of see, it sort of rolls down to the bottom where it is extinguished. You can just see the spiral of the staircase.
Okay. So as it bounced on the steps, it didn't like trigger a particular step.
No, nothing happened. It rolled down.
and it didn't roll down backwards or something.
It didn't roll down backwards. It didn't fly back at you and hit you or anything like that. No, you're okay.
That's good.
It appears that the steps are relatively mundane.
Okay.
But what do you know? Take your step and see if it works.
Vistra's just going to turn to everyone and say, I think
I think there's something down here. I think we should go and investigate.
All right, before we continue, Rogar, you've been tearing through Le Mondat's sort of robes, trying to find anything that would indicate what's been going on here, anything about your cousin. One thing you notice about Frula Mondath's robes and her clothes as you're looking at them is they are very worn and tattered. They seem to be like these were not clothes that she was meant to be traveling in. These are sort of more like these were ceremonial clothes, but she is wearing she's wearing almost like a sort of a purplish gown underneath her mail plate, which is like her mail armor, which she's thrown on top. She's still carrying she's got a halberd so slumped by her hand. As you're looking through her pockets, you really are quite surprised. You're not really finding anything. You normally think someone who's a cleric or a mage would have something, some sort of things like components or holy symbols or really anything in her pockets. She's very, very empty, and her clothes are in very, very bad state, very, very bad repair. One thing you do find in your pocket is you find a very small scrap of paper, small scrap of parchment. Not this parchment. What you can see is there's a name of various businesses that you would recognize from Glimmerscale. There's Ajax's Forge, which is of course your father's, and you can see next to it like there's a tally mark that has the number of it has how many stores do we have to create? 18, wasn't it? So it was, as you see, about like 82 tally marks next to it. You see there's one from a shop called the Spiral Tower. There's one from a shop called the Traveling Shop. These are all businesses that you would recognize from Glimmerscale, having grown up there. And next to each one, there's a tally mark. Sometimes a little note in the side saying things like "reluctant send enforcers." It seems like it's someone who's been hurriedly trying to put together some sort of organization to shake down these sorts of businesses in the local areas. What it does say is next to Ajax's, it says more incentive required in full caps. And that is, and then there's a check mark next to that. But that's all you can see, sort of like looking at all of these things. It's really a scrap of paper, and someone's keeping probably through Le Mondath has been. It seems to be like the same sort of writing you saw from her, from when you were in her hatchery. When you were in the hatchery, you were looking at her maps and her notes. It seems to be very, very similar to that, maybe a bit more rushed. And she is, yes, it's definitely the work of someone who's been trying to find some sort of information or some sort of holes within the scale.
All right, I'll pocket the piece of parchment, and then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to pick the body of Thriller Mondath up, and I'm going to carry it over to the fire. And I'm going to say to her, "I'd like to see you get zombified from this." And I'll throw her onto the fire.
Okay, you throw her onto the fire, and her body starts to smolder in the flames. A thick black smoke starts to, sort of a dark smoke starts to sort of like move out towards you. The smell of burning meat. It's not very pleasant.
Not pleasant.
Maybe some of you are hungry. Your mouths might water. I don't know. It depends, kind of like what your inclination is towards human flesh.
I'm not going to dwell on it. I won't dwell on it. I throw her on the fire, and then I turn around and I walk away towards the stairs.
That's going to stop you.
You mean with her mail on? You threw her with mail shirt on and everything? You just chucked it all in?
Yep, I just threw it all on there.
Okay. All right.
I attempt to treat before she burns up.
Sorry, can you say that again, Snowy?
I was saying like I just had this funny image in my head, like where Otar's sitting there just kind of thinking, and all of a sudden he sees a body and someone just go woof right next to him, and then I could maybe save the mail because there might be money in it. So see someone hop in.
Do we have Callum? Did Callum just arrive?
Break time.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because Kellum just put in Twitch, he went, don't read it, burn it. I would like to add also that,
Hey, Kellum!
DM, I would also like to say that Benton F would actually go over to Signrath's dead body and throw him in the fire as well, because she's like,
We got
not
barbecue
you
Okay,
going
again.
the
here.
smell is starting to get unbearable in the room now, guys. It is. It's like this black smoke, and you've thrown a zombie who was like weeks dead on the fire as well.
Yeah.
This is not even. This is not even anywhere like a pleasant smell anymore. It's just.
Yeah, Tech was gonna
foul
ask
in the room.
Rogar
It's
if he needed
not
a rest.
And Rogar hears you, and he's just going to look you dead in the eye, and go, "I'll rest when I have my cousin." Now, are we going up or down?
And
I
Tech
just
was
read what
like, okay,
Sylvie said.
let's go. Well,
So, DM, do the stairs go both ways, or is it just down, or is it?
There's a small. So there's the way you came in, which is over here.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's over there,
and then there's down here. There's a spiral staircase which leads down. This is the one that that's the one that Vistra chucked a torch down.
All right.
So it only goes
so
down.
it only goes down. That's fair. So yeah, Rogar hears
Okay.
Rogar hears attack. He looks you dead in the eye and goes, "Yeah, I'll rest when I find my cousin." No, all of you, let's go. And he'll start heading down the stairs.
All right.
I think
Before
on
we
that, we'll
continue,
take a break.
we need to
Oh,
take
yeah?
a break. So Kellum, are you joining us to play, or do you just want to watch?
He just woke up. I
said
don't know
he's
if he
here,
has
but-
his. He is here. I don't know where he's got
total
his
break.
mic.
We can hash it out in the break.
Yeah,
Here we go.
for a
Let's
break.
see.
I can
I
join.
can join in. All right. We'll take a break here for 10 minutes, and the whole party is here.
All right. Okay. Go for a break. See you in a bit. Bye.
Okay. Brilliant. Bye.
Alrighty folks, I am Will from Bases of Operations Painting Studio, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Bases of Operations, where I am a miniature painter and I enjoy all things tabletop. You can also find me around the internet on various other social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Bases of Operations and you should be able to find me. In this campaign I play Rogar, the Red Dragonborn fighter, who is a particularly moral character. He likes to see law and order in effect, and he likes to hold himself up to a high standard of behaviour. Because he comes from a family of well-known blacksmiths, who is a reputable family, not particularly famous, but certainly they have good standing, and doesn't want to do anything to worry or put that into any trepidation. And so he joined this campaign because he was given a message by his friend and mentor Antar Froome to investigate some dragon activity, and of course dragons and evil stuff rubs Rogar up the wrong way. And so I hope you guys at home enjoy this show, enjoy everything that the Meeple Palace has to offer, which is just a general group of people who just love making everything nerdy, fun, and bumping everybody up and helping everybody else along the way. So make sure you get involved with us, come and join us, and we'll roll on to glory.
It's Kevin. Hello, my name's Kevin, also known as Kellum. I am not a streamer, however, I do enjoy hanging out with the talented people that play this D&D game with us. I am playing a character by the name of Pedrick Strombrig. He is a cleric. He is also a war cleric, which he has specialized in. He has spent most of his time, his young adulthood, being trained to fight wars and keep people alive, and tactics. And if A happens, you do B, and if C happens, you do D. But he's quickly learning that battles don't always turn out A and B and C and D, so he's trying to learn to adapt to these situations, and his main goal is just to keep his compadres that are with him up and moving and fighting and keeping on task. Pedrick came into the group because of a call went out from the city that was under siege to his local group that for help, and his leader of this of the training area asked him to seek out a group that was already engaged in trying to find out what was going on with the enemy and such and so forth. So he set out to find this group, and luckily just kind of happened upon him. And ever since then, we've just been going for it. Love this group. Love hanging out with these people.
Hi everyone, my name is Point1985. I'm a variety caster. Not been streaming too much lately, but I'm planning on getting back into it. I'll be playing Tech Greenmore for you today, or these coming weeks. I'm a halfling rogue. I was born with the halflings, obviously, but then stolen away as a kid by a goblin woman named Wriggler. She lost her own son, and she needed a new one, I guess. He's been living with her for 15 years underground, never been topside. That's when the dwarves came. They killed every goblin they saw and saved Tak. He lived with the dwarves for a couple of years, then set out to find his family. He didn't find his family. He actually had to steal to get money and food. And then Finlos, this old rogue, caught him stealing an amulet. Instead of turning him in, he trained him to be a proper rogue and be a bit more righteous in his ways. After Finlos died, he was an old man. He just died. He set out to find his family again, but Finlos told him to check out this cave. One last thing he wanted, so he did it. That's where he found the party. That's where I am right now. I hope you'll enjoy my character and how I play it. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Tonya, or Missy T TV. I'm a Twitch variety streamer, and as the name suggests, I do different things like video games and knitting and miniature painting and writing and all that jazz. It's just really fun to share with people. My character is called Vistra, and she is a mountain dwarf rogue who doesn't like water. And before she became a rogue, she was a standard middle-aged dwarf, interested in masonry, pretty good at her job, that sort of thing. Then something serious happened, and it made her fall into the world of rogues, because instead of wanting to continue, having love and relationships with people, she decided that it wasn't good for her, and she wanted to fill her heart with treasure and things like that instead. And so, yeah. On the surface, she's quite jolly and confident and has a lot of bravado, but on the inside, she's quite vulnerable. And now that she's a rogue, she's not really, she's not great at it, she's not natural at it, but she is getting better. And yeah, and something that she wants to accomplish in this story, I believe, is that on the surface, she wants to find some really huge amount of treasure that's really noteworthy, that she can be proud of herself for finding and having, but deep down I think she wants to be able to allow people into her heart again, because when she fell into being a rogue, she started to push people that she used to know away. But then I think deep down, she wants to be able to, have relationships with friends again and things like that. She joined the party because a character called Leosin had sent her a message basically asking for her help, and he had previously saved Vistra's life from drowning, and so he was looking at her to return the favour. and this is all going to be on the Meeple Palace. The Meeple Palace is focused on 3 main points, which is miniature painting and tabletop games and board games, as well as roleplay systems like Dungeons and Dragons or Starfinder or Warhammer. We've already got a really lovely group of people, and we're really happy with that. But there's always room for more people, more players, more painters. So if that's something you're interested in, you are more than welcome. It doesn't matter if you're inexperienced or you've been painting or playing for years. Everyone is welcome, and this is a dream that Xander, my partner, or many more games, and I have been having for 4 years, and it's just amazing to see it come to life, and we're really proud of that. So thanks for watching.
Welcome to Faerun, the realm of swords and sorcery, and the setting for our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. My name is Many More Games, or you can call me Xander. I am the Dungeon Master for this campaign of Horde of the Dragon Queen. I am a relatively new Dungeon Master. I'm also a streamer. I do painting, miniatures, I play Warhammer, I love miniature games, board games, all of that lot. And that's why I wanted to be involved in this campaign, to start this campaign. I am one of the founding members of the Meeple Palace, which is our streaming network. And we are a group of people who just, we love board games, we love miniature games, we love role-playing games, and we just want to be able to share this love for this hobby with you all. My hopes for the players in this campaign is that they will be able to find a way to explore their characters while at the same time coming together as a cohesive team in order to face off against the evil cult of the dragon and defeat them in their plans, whatever those are, those nefarious cultist plans. So, without further ado, let's get on with the game. Roll on to glory.
Hello, everyone. Hi there. We're so happy to have you back with us. We are all here, I think, for the first time in ages. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do our tapestry, then we're going to get back into the game. Our intrepid heroes killed through the bond, have defeated her zombie minions, and killed some hapless bandit captains on the way. So they're about to take a step down into the darkness. Before they do so, let's see what we've got on the tapestry today. Will, what do we have?
All right, so we have 3 things today: 2 from yours truly, and 1 from our very own Missy T. So I think this week I'll go through mine. I'll go through mine second this week. So Missy T, feel free if you wish to tell us about your art.
Okay, so for the first time, I'm doing Inktober 2019, and I'm a bit behind. I now have got, there was 17, now I've got 18 pictures to catch up on. The first one that you can see is, the prompt is ring. So as you can see, she's got a ring on her finger and a ring on her necklace, and she's looking very sad. I kind of drew her like a widow. So like she's got her partner's ring on her necklace and the ring on her finger, and she's just very sad. So I like it. I'm annoyed with the sleeves because I meant to draw it like it was like bunched up. However, it just looks really strange. The next one will be mindless. So I've already got an idea for that. I just need to get some ink on it.
Excellent.
But yeah.
And I think it looks fantastic, to be fair. I mean, even if you don't like the cuffs...
It's the first time I've seen that.
My interpretation of the cuffs was like filigree and kind of lace around the end of the cuffs. Might not have been what your intention was, but that's what I saw.
Oh, cool. All right. Not too weird then.
It's cool.
Thank you.
No worries. All right, and so thank you very much. And then from me this week, we have a quick shot of all of my Walking Dead stuff that I've done so far. Viewers from my channel may remember that I was on a bit of a Walking Dead kick a few months ago, and my missus has just started watching the TV show, so I kind of caught the bug again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the car with the blood up all.
That's really cool, and that actually with I painted that one. I started painting that one up on stream, and one of those doors are red, which apparently is a Better Call Saul kind of nod, but I don't understand references, so. But I thought I've got them all on my shelf, and I thought I really want to see what everything looks like all in one go. So.
That's sweet.
And
I like collecting pictures.
Yeah, and then the next one I have is of a building that I finished. I started painting it. I painted this on stream last weekend. Where it's a 3D printed model from 3D layered scenery, and I've managed to 3D print that and get it all painted up.
It's really good. I like the lighting effect in the window. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's really simple. It was basically I base coated it yellow, I washed it yellow, and then I put some gloss medium over it for windows. Done.
It looks gorgeous, man. It looks awesome.
Thank you very much. All right. That's it from the tapestry, but if anybody wants to add to the tapestry, I believe there's a link can be put in the chat for it.
Yep. Anyone can do it.
Yep. So
let me just exclamation point tapestry.
There we are. Exclamation point tapestry. Show us your art, and we will have a look at it. Hopefully, I remember on my show when I do it on Thursdays, but we definitely have a look if there's anything on there during today's show.
Yeah. On this Sunday from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. +1 GMT time, I will be doing a charity stream for the Mind organisation that helps with mental health issues, and that will be on this channel on TMP. So definitely come by and help, and show your support. That'd be really cool. Keep me awake, and if you want to donate, that would be excellent. The goal because it's the first charity stream I've ever done, the goal is €50, but the fact that if I even get like €1 or something, that's going to be amazing anyhow. And then the following Saturday will be the Halloween special. It's not Halloween themed, it's just because of it being Halloween, I wanted to do something special for you guys and give Xander a chance to RP an actual character and not DM for a change.
Yes, if you wanted to see
He does enough
any
characters, right?
play a grumpy dwarf.
Not enough
Then
characters.
this
Yeah,
do
and
so. Yes,
Sam,
that's me back.
Sam, did you say that you, since last time we spoke about it, did you say what you've
I
changed?
don't know. My character has gone through so many iterations since I've been playing with it. I don't even know what it looks like right now. I will try and get it finalized for tomorrow, but it's just been like literally I've been going, should I do this? I haven't played characters for so long that I've got this sort of amorphous blob of a character in my head that goes, and it could be a warlock, or it could be a sorcerer, or it could be, I know it wants to be. The only thing I know is each time it's going to be short and beardy. That's really all I know. I don't really know what it's going to be, but it'll be short and beardy. That's all I know.
So have you now chosen, or are you still thinking?
It's a dwarf. What the dwarf can do, I haven't quite decided yet.
Okay. And Base, anyone watching as well, do you want to say what your character is going to be? Name, race, class?
I can go.
I am bringing back Thok from our Adventure League days, where I will play a ridiculously stupid half-orc barbarian.
He's now going to be level 16 and just...
If I didn't want to play a dwarf so much, I'd bring back Felix just for the fun of it, to see Felix and Thok again. That would be quite funny.
Well,
And
I'll be
Snowy,
bringing-
your character?
yeah. I'll be playing a brand new character that I've never tried yet. That being is Dorek, a little fairy dragonborn. He is a wizard. He is a fun-loving little prankster.
And just for the fun of it, Point, what's your character?
I'm playing a ridiculously big Goliath that's also a barbarian, and he hates magic.
I love that so much. And you guys in the RB text have been hilarious with the banter between that. And Pedrick, who is your character?
Pedrick is still trying to get it all finished up between all these work hours I'm doing, but I have settled on an Elven Ranger, and we will get him all ready to go by next weekend.
Lovely. And what's his name again? Or her name?
Undecided.
Ooh,
If you haven't done a ranger before, I really recommend. I was playing around looking at some ideas, and one of the really cool ones which I saw was the Planeswalker, the Horizon Walker. He basically has like he's like a ranger who can do loads of teleporting, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Think kind of like Nightcrawler from X-Men. You can just sort of like bamf around all over the place. It's pretty cool.
That sounds very cool.
I will say though, just FYI, if you are going to do that, don't try and plane walk to the fire plane without. Make sure you're going to the one city, or else you'll die. Into fire.
That's a good point, yeah. And so the one shot is going to be the location of it will be in the Arctic. I believe in the one shot, the Snowvass mystery. That's going to be the Snowvass mysteries, or the mysteries of Snowvass. That's one of those will be the title for it. There will be another video, another stream at some point where we're all together discussing. Hopefully by then Xander's worked out what type of dwarf he's going to have, and by that point Kellen will know what his character's name is going to be.
What type of dwarf is it? It's a fire ganassi.
Yeah, what change is going to be? You already know 2 or 3 monsters. You know that you may be facing a frost giant. I believe I mentioned the Remo has. And I think I only mentioned the 2. I don't think I mentioned another one. But yeah, so you're going to have a few fun creatures to come against in the dungeon crawler. So I have to say one of the things which has been really annoying me is like these last 3 weeks, tons of unearthed arcana alternate stuff for new races and stuff has come out. Literally, they've been churning them out. Like one of them is which today I listened and I was like, oh, I really want to play that. Was a fighter, and the fighter can draw runes on his weapon and make his weapons more powerful and stuff, just by basically carving runes into his weapon and stuff. So basically, you're doing shadow hunters on weapons, not on the body.
I don't know. It's just like I was looking at it. I was like that one. I was looking at the one which is like the one of the which was. I just thought that one which I was listening to the other day. The druid who is a fire druid. just really made me really laugh. It's like, do what druids do, burn things. And I was like, this is awesome. I think we're coming to a new age of D&D with so many cool little things. I'm really interested to see where some of these characters are going and what's going to make it into the new books.
Sorry?
My new favorite one from the Unearthed Arcana is this subclass they made for Barbarian, which is essentially what happens if you cross it with a Wild Mage. I just like because it sounds funny in concept, and there's no negative.
Yeah.
So it could just be.
Isn't it like doesn't he have like the power of giants or something? And you can literally just go, I'm a hill giant, I'm a fire giant, and you're like, what?
That is
that
the
fighter? That's the fighter. That's the rune fighter. Yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
Okay.
I did like the one. I did like the one which was like the paladin, which has the order of the hero, and he's like, I can like, I'm Superman. Literally, I can't be hurt for 10 minutes.
So every other.
Oh, and I forgot one more thing. I will be moving my miniature streams to TMP. So, so you won't see miniature stuff on my personal stream anymore, but you'll still see the rest of the stuff I do. But all the painting miniatures, building miniatures, stuff like that, that'll be on TMP now under Behind the Tapestry. And don't forget to check out Terraforming Games with Bases of Operations on Thursdays, who is creating Skyrim in D&D 5e, which is freaking awesome. And we literally cannot wait for him to bring it to TMP because he has no choice. That's literally it.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's just a case of when.
Exactly.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to playing Khajiit. I'm going to be a Khajiit.
Yeah.
Shall we? Got it.
Yes. So, DM, would you like to give a little summary now after our break?
So we have just been actually before we continue, I wanted to say I'm not plugging this because I'm not being sponsored or anything by it. It's just that I've been playing around and I know as a DM that I like to hear when other DMs give out some cool ideas and bits and pieces and software and stuff they use. And I have to say at the moment I'm having a bit of fun playing around with something called Word Amble, which allows me to I can create whole worlds with that. It's really good organizing stuff, and I'm trying to develop the whole campaign on that myself for the next time we play. So I'm not not being sponsored, not really plugging it. I have to say for someone like me who's really disorganized, it's kind of a fun tool, and you can do it for free anyway. So it's not like you don't have to do it as a paid thing. It's just if you're looking for something to help you organize your campaign. It's just a bit of fun, and I've just been having a bit of fun with it. So yeah.
You've also been using Incarnate.
Yeah, I've been using Incarnate for making maps, and World Ample for developing trying to develop stories and links, because you can tie everything together with tags. You can just literally find everything really quickly. Anyway, again, I'm not as I said, I don't sponsor. Yeah, it's like that, but I can actually do it with clicking a hyperlink.
I'm old school. I use a ring binder.
I want one too. I want a ring binder as well as digital stuff. But that's all really good to help people who want to DM and stuff. So that is really helpful.
As a DM tip, there's loads of cool software out there, and there's loads of different versions. You don't have to go for the one I'm using. I'm just saying that there's loads of stuff out there, and those are two that I'm using recently at the moment. So anyway, cool. Anyway, let's continue with the game.
Yeah.
So back onto World Amble. If you want to sponsor us, no, I'm joking.
Man.
I'm very good. No, I'm joking. Critical Role sponsor? No, I'm joking.
We wish.
Okay, so we're going to be moving on. We're going to be moving on with the game. In the last session, basically what happened, the last half of the session, we were in a desperate fight with Frula Mundath and her minions, with a lot of grit and with some very lucky critical hits. You managed to take out all of the opposition. You found, while you were searching through the room, you found two items. You found a bluish silver glowing rapier, which is an elven design, inlaid with vines and woodland scenes. And you found a pair of boots, which are incredibly light and seem to be made out of one piece of leather with no actual seams or design on it. They seem to be they seem to also have maybe adjusted in size slightly since Vistra was last holding them. So looking down at them, seem a little bit bigger than they were before. Again, sort of obviously some sort of elven design. And then you discovered at the back of the room a small spiraling staircase which seems to lead down. Vistra discovered that there was a golden glow at the bottom of it. And after throwing down a torch, it doesn't seem to set up any traps. And Rogar, when he was searching through Frulamanda's body, managed to find a small piece of paper which indicated that Frulamanda was part of a campaign to shake down local businesses to support her followers or to support Frulamanda while she was here in Glimmerscale. Rogar is now heading towards the stairs, heading down. Everybody else seems to be following him. And the bodies of Cyanrath and Frulamanda are slowly burning up to crisps on the fire, filling the whole room with noxious black smoke, which is a very foul stench of rotten flesh burning. And here we are.
So Rogar's going to lead the charge downstairs, and he's going to get halfway down.
A boulder falls on him.
He's halfway down the stairs. He's going to take a breath, lean up against the wall of the staircase. He's going to cough and spit out a glob of blood on the floor, and carry on moving on.
Yeah, Dex don't try and stop him. And we have to take a rest, man. You can't fight like this.
Otar nods agreeingly towards Rogar.
Just for a short bit.
Vistra is just like, I could keep going, but I like that idea too.
If you're dead, you can't save your cousin.
Antoneth grunts in agreement.
Yeah.
Out you go.
Rogar looks at the party, and he just begrudgingly holding his ribs. He's gonna begrudgingly kind of nod and go, let's rest. Let's take a minute and recuperate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're recuperating on a staircase, which is not really a place to sit down, really properly and have a 45-minute rest.
Vistra's off to the fireplace.
Okay, the room is full of black smoke. That is from the burning bodies of Frud and Mondath. If you stare there, you will have to start taking constitution checks.
And I would just sit on the stairs.
As the room fills with more and more putrid and foul-smelling smoke.
Are there any windows?
No.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem so.
Yeah,
From where you're standing, there may be windows, but maybe you need to have the arcane knowledge of how to reveal them or to open them in order to allow this.
Rogar's gonna. It's just called to Tack. He goes, "Do you think you can just have a quick scout, see what the base of this staircase? If it's clear, we can rest at the base of the staircase."
Yeah, I'll take a look, and I'll stealthily go down.
Okay.
Or up.
Okay.
I can't remember.
So as you sneak down the stairs, as you sneak down the staircase, moving very quietly as you do so, unless you trip and fall. No, you're fine. Okay, so you end up sort of moving down and down, and your little feet are like mimicking any sound as you move. As you get down to the bottom, what you can see is you get down to the bottom and you realize you can't actually get any further down. There's this almost like a flickering golden shield between you and what seems to be a small room in which a cowled figure is. You can just make out a cowled figure who is sort of sitting in a meditative pose, and behind him there's sort of like a bundle on the ground.
I'd go back up and tell that to Rogar. I wouldn't do anything else, I think.
So I mentioned that something Mondas said is that if it wasn't for this damn force field, my cousin would already be dead. I think my cousin's down there.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's some
Someone in
sort
there.
of magic then. Great.
I don't
What was
know.
that guy? What was that guy's name for this whole tower? Maybe he's taken it upon himself to protect my cousin.
Mognath, wasn't it? The mage's name?
Magpier, Kotos Magpier.
Oh, I got the M right. I actually got the M
Remember, the
right.
name was Kotos Magpier.
How could we forget that
okay.
name? Shut up about himself.
Right.
Maybe you can go speak to him.
Maybe.
That might be good.
There's Magpier. Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah, I will say Otar's kind of chilling by the fire, just kind of sitting there. He wants to get like the mail off of the one woman, but also he he also feels a bit hungry because food. But he doesn't want to seem like he's one of those guys in case he does kind of feel a little worried because he's like, how they feel if they just saw me like eating a human. He kind of has that internal kind of little thing in his head. He's like,
Otar's having an existential crisis.
well, I mean, he is part kind of like a little carrion bird, so it makes sense. Wait.
So, what's the plan, guys? What's the plan?
I think Rogar's going to start slowly, very gingerly, start walking down the stairs towards the force field.
Okay, so as you get down, so Rogar's going down on his own at the moment. The rest of you staying near
No,
the
I'm
top?
following him. I'm right behind him.
I'll go as well.
Pedrick, what are you doing?
All for one and one for all, my friends. You're going down the stairs. I will stumble with you.
We'll call back.
Okay,
We'll call back
so
to
you all
Otar.
headed down.
We'll call back to Otar. Otar goes too. All right. So are you coming? Yeah. All right.
And
So
I was
I was just like,
it's like he just like
Bentonef is the last one, and she does follow. She sort of grunts under her breath. They won't survive 2 minutes without me, and goes to.
nods slowly, just like
okay. Okay, so you go on down, all of you together. And one thing, the first thing you see as you're down there is, again, you see this sort of. It's kind of hard to see because there's this there's almost like this shield blocking the way down. It's got a golden glow to it, but the problem is. Seems to be fading in and out of strength. It's like it gets opaque and completely impossible to see through, and then it sort of almost fades to semi-translucency. And inside, what you can see is there is, as I said, there is a figure. This figure is cowled and sort of wearing a robe. His or her head is sort of bent forward, hiding their features. The hands are sort of held is almost like in a meditative pose, wearing wearing gloves, and cross-legged, sitting sort of in the center of the room. You can see that the figure looks to be almost slightly slumped forward, not as if it's not sitting straight back, but almost sort of slumped forward a bit. And behind that figure, you can just make out sort of a large. Something large or sort of wrapped in blankets behind the figure.
Can Vishra do an Arcana check to see? I was just wondering for what though. I guess to see how much longer or how much time she reckons the shield would go. Like she kind of imagines that the guy sitting meditating is the one that's keeping his focus or her focus on the shield, but if they resist or something, Visha kind of wants to get an idea of how long before it will fade or something. So, is that okay to do?
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check.
Cool.
Yeah, Otar wants to kind of stand guard just in case if anyone's like sneaking or
Okay.
I see a shield.
Well, Otar's sort of standing, looking, sort of watching you to make sure that nothing's happening to you. You see the shield. I think with your understanding of magic, which is kind of rudimentary, you're not really a particularly powerful mage. You kind of just dabble in magic. What you would recognize this is not your school of magic. This is not the type of magic that you normally use. Normally you tend to use enchantment or illusion magic. But this seems to be a different style of magic altogether.
Would I be able to know what type of school? Like, would I know that it'd be like evocation or?
I think logically you probably would be able to deduct that since it's a shield, it's most likely some sort of abjuration spell.
Abjuration. I was getting confused then. Yeah. Okay.
You would also probably recognize that the fact that it seems to be fading in and out of strength is the fact it's probably been held up for a long time, or that the person who's casting it is not very strong and is trying to hold it up. You can't really tell which. And you would probably be able to deduce, yes, if the figure is in the center and they seem to be some sort of meditative pose, they're probably the one who's engaged in casting, because you would note that to hold a shield up like this, you would need to be able to maintain your concentration for a long period of time.
Okay. In that case, Vishnu's just going to shout and say, "Oi, can you turn the shield off? It's getting a bit stinky up there with Monrath in the fire."
Okay, as you say that, as you see that, the cow's figure's head rises slightly, looking towards you, and sort of fixes his gaze on each and every one of you. It seems to sort of linger on Bentoneth and Rogar for a moment because they're kind of the biggest specimens. Quite brutal. And seems to be some sort of linger on Rogar's shape for a little bit, but it seems to be looking back and forth at all of you, and then you can see the shield. You can see the shield kind of starts to dim as a bit more as the head raises up and starts sort of to watch you. It doesn't go out, and this voice sort of just echoes out towards you from within the hall. Who goes there? Who wishes to intrude upon the realm of Kotos Magpir?
Yay, you're alive!
Rogar's gonna step forward. He goes, "I am Rogar of the clan Narixius, and I believe I owe you a debt."
Ah, another Dragonborn. How many of your scaled kind will invade my tower? I have been keeping this young lady for quite some time. Have you come to retrieve her?
I have.
Then if indeed you are this young lady's kin, you are most welcome to take her. She has been with me since she was first taken by those fiends who abducted me from my own tower. Unfortunately,
welcome, go, miss.
Well,
welcome, thank
unfortunately,
you.
She had been slightly traumatized by the time that I got to her. But of course, the great Kotos Magpir could not allow a woman in distress to remain so for long. I brought her to my sanctum and kept her here, away from those villains, hoping, of course, that some brave souls, such as yourself, would come to my rescue. And you have. You must have heard that the great Kotos Magpir had not been seen in weeks, and was needed, and his great and magnificent wisdom was needed. I thank you for coming to me, my aid, and of course, I will reward you handsomely for doing so. If indeed those fiends upstairs are in fact dead.
Pedrick basically just in a loud voice.
Oh, sorry, Pedrick.
The evil beyond has been vanquished. We are here playing into his ego, and we are here to make you master of the tower completely once again.
Do a performance check for me. With advantage, because this guy's vain.
What was it you needed me to roll?
do a performance check or a deception check for me, but take advantage because this guy is as vain as hell.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Which one is better? They're both awful, so let's just do it.
Like, I like him. He whispers into the closest person's ear. Either Rogar or Vistra. Maybe Tack, actually. Just like, I like him. Okay.
He's a
So-
bit weird.
13.
30. I didn't. Well, okay. It doesn't take much to convince this guy. All right. So, you can see that this figure sort of stands, sort of sits up a little bit straighter. You can see, and the shield begins to lower slowly. It sort of like shimmers down into the floor. And you can see almost he lets out this sort. You can see like this relief that seems to just like flood through the figure as this, like a strain has been lifted from his body. He rises to his feet and he says, he rises to his feet in the middle of the room and he says, "Indeed, it is time that I once again take my rightful place as the most powerful mage in Glimmerscape."
Rogar at this point goes, yeah. He steps forward, pushes him out the way.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, Rogar was like, yeah, whatever. He steps forward and pushes him out the way and gets down onto the floor next to the bundle of blankets.
Sort of like tosses over to the side, putting his hand on the wall. As you sort of like, as you kneel down, you see that there is a young female dragonborn on the ground. She's been wrapped in blankets. And you can see that one of her hands is bandaged. It seems to be that you can see also that although she is a bit pale, and she's definitely unconscious, she seems to be breathing regularly. And seems to be breathing regularly and does not seem to have any like overt injuries on her body besides the one hand that you can see is actually again surrounded in bandages. She seems to be completely out of it. Even when you sit down by her side, she doesn't seem to move or shift, but her breathing remains regular. Her chest seems to be properly breathing in and out in a regular pattern, and her clothing doesn't seem to be damaged in any way.
Cool. I want to. Can I just pick up the whole bundle and just pick her up?
Yeah. Okay. So you reach down to pick her up, and you hear a voice from behind you. Whoa, my friend, my good friend. I suggest that you don't move her too soon. I had to use the last of my restoration potion on her in order to heal her wounds. She probably needs to remain stationary for a short time. Not as long as with other mages, of course, for I am the great Kotos Magbeer, and my spells are of greater arcane proficiency than any mage that you will come across. Indeed. Let me tell you the story of the time that I faced the giants of
Bentonef jumps in and she's like, "That's great. Can we rest here without you telling us stories?"
I will say, when he said that,
my dear woman, indeed. Has anyone told you that you are the most radiant flower that has been in my tower in most recent history? Let me tell you about the most wonderful tales of the great.
Do you know what? Vistra is going to put him to sleep. Vistra wants to put him to sleep. That's it. And Vistra just shouts, "Anyone objecting to me making him quiet?"
Okay. I'm not trying to meta here. I'm going to tell you that you casting sleep on him probably won't work. This is a powerful mage. In fact, Rogar would know he's a powerful mage, even if he doesn't really know a lot about him. He would know Kotos Magbeer has a good reputation.
Snowy wants to say something.
What does Snowy want to say?
You can try.
What does Snowy want to say?
No, that's all right. I think Snowy wants to say something.
Yeah, but anyways, I will say that at the mention of the wizard saying like for him not to move the bundle, Otar like instantly drew his greatsword, just kind of glaring at this very talkative, very a bit of a windbag of a wizard that chooses not to shut up.
Tag will put a hand on the greatsword. Don't do it. Don't. We can't fight right now.
Rogar's going to let go of the
Put that
bundle.
down.
You hear basically hear him go, "My good sir, calm yourself." And this wave of magic sort of like washes out towards you. Suddenly, you don't feel like antagonism towards him anymore. In fact, you feel apathy towards him. He means nothing to you. You're not angry at all. It's just that it seems like it's almost his stories sound more interesting now. It sounds like you might want to hear a little bit more about him. Take a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
All right.
For all of us, or just Snowy?
Just Otar, because he's seen how aggravated Otar is.
I would like to do an action when this is completed.
Okay.
All right. Wisdom saving. Let's see. Wisdom.
Just click on with just yet. Okay.
Oh, damn.
You love this guy. Okay. Suddenly, this guy is the most fascinating individual you ever met. In fact, he almost seems to glow with an inner light. In fact, you look at him and you think, he actually seems to have the great and noble bearing over Aarakocra. And his stories remind you of when you were a child, listening to the great and heroic tales of the swordsmasters of the Aarakocra race. In fact, he seems to be the sort of person you want to be your best friend.
Oh, Lord.
I'm very perplexed and confused.
No, you're not confused at all. This is a guy you really like. Suddenly,
well, I would say at first
you want, but you're not. No, there's no confusion at all. Sorry to tell you, but with the three, you definitely want to listen to his stories.
So, Pedrick is
suddenly Otar's waving his sword around, saying, "Shh, he's going to talk."
Okay. Yeah, so what did Pedrick want to say? Sorry.
Pedrick is going to walk up and put his arm around him, and he's going to say, "Listen, I am Pedrick. I am a war cleric of the House of Torm, and your deeds of bravery have enthralled me. Please come sit with me and tell me the stories of your brave actions."
My good
Pedrick,
friend,
take him up for the team.
Such a civilized individual in a place like this. A war cleric of Torm, you say? Well, let me tell you about the time that I and the Grand Cleric of Torm faced down the evil dragon Magnetar together. And then sort of like takes you aside, and you spend about 10 minutes talking. You can take a short rest now if you want, while basically this is going on. He did mention going up to his quarters, but you managed to distract him from realizing what you've done to his house. For a little while at least. You may have a short rest. Pedrick, you can have a short rest as well, since being actually not actually doing anything except listening to him. I would say maybe you take some psychic damage, but I wouldn't be that cruel.
All right.
Pedrick, as you listen to him, you realize his stories have a very formulaic feel to them. There seems to be that the town or wherever he was in trouble. The local heroes were helpless until he came along. He used his great and magical powers to defeat the villain. Then the entire nation was at his feet and offered him things, but he nobly refused to take anything except for maybe a spell or some local knowledge in return. And that's where he makes his home here, so that he can be in the center of it all. And this is the sort of thing that sort of he's talking about. You can realize something. Can you roll an insight check for me, please? I didn't. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did it with advantage.
That's okay. 24. Okay, 24. There are some inconsistencies in these stories. You've heard of some of these events that are being talked about. You've heard about some of these enemies, and you know that they weren't defeated by a mage called Kotos Magpir. And it's these, and sometimes you know that two events happen simultaneously. Now, so they were so close to each other that he could not have been in both places at once. So, although these great and wonderful stories are being told to you, and Otar is listening as well, and he thinks it's all true. This is all like Otar is like, yes, oh really, oh that's fantastic. What complete logic has completely gone out the window here with Otar because he's just like completely charmed by this individual at the moment. But for you realize that although you can't see that this, and you can see that he knows definitely what happened. He seems to have inserted himself into a number of stories which he could not have been part of.
Pedrick just smiles and nods, and he just kind of keeps letting his ego play, and then he kind of throws in a great and powerful wizard like you, how could you have ran out of restoration potions? How hard would it be for you to make another?
Sorry, can you repeat that last bit? I only heard half of it.
Playing into his ego, he says, a great wizard as yourself how did you allow yourself to run out of restoration potions? Could you possibly, how hard would it be to make another one?
Good sir, I understand your confusion, but alchemist I am not. My magic, I have to spend my time focusing upon the mysteries of the universe, how to unravel the very fabric of creation. I have no time for dabbling in petty potions. I get all of my potions from that charlatan. What's her name? The owner of the Blinden Shard. Blink away, Disengull. Yeah, blink away that noxious little gnome. Who the only thing that she's good for is these potions. But she is no master of magic such as myself. But her potions are of passable quality.
Pedrick says, because Torm assured me that if I was to be able to assist a wizard of your caliber and greatness, that you would be able to help me with the affliction of my eye.
Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Oh, roll a what?
Persuasion, please.
Oh, you know my persuasion. Terrible, but we'll give it a shot.
Do you have inspiration?
He doesn't have inspiration, no. 14. Let me see how he does. Just wisdom to see whether you get one over on it. I roll d20 and then I add 2. He rolled a 6. He has never had someone listen so attentively to his stories before. He's absolutely touched. He looks at you and he looks at you and he's my good sir. I was not lying when I said that I used the last of my restoration potions on the most needful maiden who is being attended to by that rather strapping dragonborn male. However, I do have many contacts in the local potion markets. If you are willing to wait a few days, I might be able to use my great and powerful persuasive techniques to find you what you seek.
And still playing into his ego, knowing this guy is mostly full of shit. Pedrick just keeps playing along. It's like, I am so grateful that you could give me this assistance.
Of course you are, for I am the great Kotos Magpir.
And meanwhile, he's glancing back at Rogar like, I am running out of patience.
I'm going to get my eye back.
But I am going to make this attempt to not be the one-eyed cleric. So he says, give me the names of your contacts, and I will retrieve this potion for you.
I'm afraid, oh my good sir, a powerful war mage, powerful war cleric of Torm you may be, but I don't think that you have the connections that one such as I do. I think that it'd be best if you leave this in my hands. It should take about 3 days. If you were to give me that time, I should be able to convince that Harridan is like shouting, almost like someone can hear him. You know, he's like that Harridan over in Blingdenshire to make you what you need. Even though she hates me for some strange reason. I can't imagine why. She will, if given the right incentive, provide me with the potions that I need. And of course, how could I allow one, such as yourself, my valiant defender, to leave with such an affliction? Definitely, I'm pretty sure that you must have suffered that while you were fighting through the hordes of evildoers to rescue I, the great Kotas Magpir.
Pedrick looks at Otar and he smiles wide. He says, "Can you believe it? He's going to heal me."
Otar being
Yes. I can see that gratitude for I. Don't worry, my good sir. Soon you'll be weeping with both eyes in gratitude to the great Kotas. Okay, it's been about 45 minutes of self-aggrandizement by now. And poor Pedrick is sorry. I'm watching. I'm just trying to catch up on what everybody's been saying and the thing. Basically, making fun of my acting skills the entire time.
I'm not making.
Anyway, we are so you've had a short rest. You've slightly recovered. Calithia seems to be still seems to be asleep. And you're all sort of just waiting this time. Kotos is still talking about himself.
At the end of a short rest, Rogar's gonna call over.
His face is still in shadows. He's talking, but his face is still in shadows. He's still covered his body. You can't really see any of his body except for the shadow he's in front of his robe.
While Pedrick and Magpie have been talking, Magpie, sorry. Vishra has asked Rogar what he found, and he said that he found a note of stores that the cults have been working with. And Vishra has asked him whether the potion store that Magpie has talked about could be on that list.
Is it?
It wasn't the potion store. He didn't mention the potion store. He mentioned Blingdenshire, which Rogar would know is one of the other towers. It's the one that looks like a great chunk of ice.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Then
you would not know about that. Vista does not know what Blingdenshire is. Okay. Rogar does though.
All right, cool.
No.
And at the end of my short rest, I'm gonna save Pedrick from the ramblings of this guy and call Pedrick over to my cousin. Oh yeah, Pedrick, come here. I need you to have a look at something.
Pedrick moves over to Rogar. What can I do for you?
Can you take a look at my cousin? Do you think we can move her?
Pedrick kneels down and examines her and tries to determine whether or not a cure wounds would benefit her or not.
Okay, do a medicine check.
We heard it ping, but it didn't show up in chat.
Actually, still, what was it?
It's a 20.
Oh damn! Oh, there it is.
Okay. There you go. It came a bit late. Okay, so looking at her, you would definitely be able to tell. One, she seems to be in pretty good condition. Two, looking down at the bandage, that the bleeding or whatever that was, that seems to have stopped. To be a bit. Her scales seem to be of a brighter hue than when you first came in. She is a big dragonborn like Rogar, so she's got quite crimson scales. They were sort of a pale hue when you came in. They seem to be sort of more vibrant in color at this point. Her breathing is regular. She seems to still be not maybe unconscious. She's moved sort of into a deep sleep now. You would also, I think, know that she's most likely under because of the effects of the potion that she's been made to take in order to restore her wounds.
So I look up at Rogar and I say, Rogar, it would appear she has been given excellent medical attention, and it is my belief that she is recovering and that she will shortly wake. The potions that were used on her have kind of kept her asleep to allow her to heal. I think that if given just a bit more time, she will actually even regain consciousness soon.
I'll lay my hand on Pedrick's shoulders, and I'll say, "Thank you, my friend.
You're most welcome."
And I'll just sit back and I'll just wait for her to wake up.
So can I roll a wisdom to see if I can make the
Yep, go ahead. Roll a wisdom saving throw. It's been almost nearly an hour, so roll a saving throw.
Oh my god, Otar's lived there for an hour.
This guy's like almost like 50, so he's pretty
roll.
So you got to roll.
Please.
What did he roll?
A 14.
He rolled. No, I'm checking what I rolled for Thingamy again. When I rolled to see how well his thing did. You rolled a 3.
3.
Let's see. I can't remember. I can't find his roll. What did he roll?
I don't know if you did.
He got his spells. His spell was.
I rolled a 14.
His spell save is 60. He's got a spell save of 60.
Oh,
so I'm afraid at the moment.
You love this guy.
He's very powerful. I'm sorry. This guy is a powerful individual. He's just. I mean, as he probably. I don't know. I can't tell you anything because you haven't spoken to him.
Pedrick is just so amused by the whole thing.
Okay, so Kotos, you're still down there. Otar, you're still sitting next to Kotos, listening to him. He's telling stories, and this time the stories are like he knows his audience, and this time he's facing off against a great Naga with 6 swords, and it just seems like they can't hit him no matter what. And you're all wrapped on your seat. You faced against a Naga, it's just completely almost like that. Very, very big cheeks, big eyes watching him. He's telling you this story.
A proper chibi Otar.
Yeah, very, very chibi Otar. Sitting there, sort of Pedrick sort of sitting over there going, "Oh my god! Oh my Tom!"
I think
right now.
Sorry.
You're good. I was just commenting. You're good. Go.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So Bentonef is going to go over to Otar, and she is still. She's the rage is dimming already, but she is going to go over, and she's still feeling a bit aggressive. So she's just going to pick up Otar. She's going to pick him up and say, "Great time. Thanks for the rest. Don't call us. We'll call you. Let's go." And she just basically carries Otar and
stay a while. Stay and sit with me and my good friend. And
Bentonef's trying to stop Otar from running back to him, squirming in her arm. She is just walking as quickly. Don't call us, we'll call you. Let's go, guys. And she just basically manhandles and picks him up.
Moving away from him.
Bentonef is going.
Okay. All right. So Kotos is like, Kotos is like standing there, almost like outstretched. "No, my friend," and Motar's like, "No, more stories." Sort of like being pulled away from him. And so so basically, as this medicine check is happening, and you're looking over Kalithia, Kotos says, he sort of gets up and he walks over towards you, Rogar, and you, Pedrick, and he says, all joking aside, my good friends, I have to reward you for coming to save me. I mean, what a terrible, terrible fate would have been inflicted upon the world if Kotos Magpier was no more. It does not even bear thinking about.
What's the reward? Bishop says.
Well, I have several items that I could offer towards you in order to things that you might be interested in. Of course, you would have to.
Wait! It's a reward.
Yeah,
We'll take all the reward.
But he is not made of money. So, I of course will throw in. I will throw in your friend's restoration potion as part of the reward. Regeneration potion as part of the reward. It is a very powerful and rare item, but luckily Kotos Magpier has the I lost the train of thought. Kotos Magpier has the contacts needed in order to make this possible. None other could do so in the ways of Kotos Magpier, but of course Kotos Magpier is unique. And it's like, so he's talking about himself in the third person. All right, so he gestures, and in front of him, four things appear in the air, like four illusionary piles of things appear in the air. First of all, he says, there's a picture of Kotos like winking and smiling, like spinning around. And it's like, the first thing I can give you is me, the great Kotos Magpier, or at least some of my, or at least some of, wait, or at least some of my time. A powerful mage I am, and if one of you has an inclination towards the magic arts, then possibly I could spend some time imparting some of my wisdom. I have several spells that might be of great import and great use to some, such as yourselves. Adventurous that you seem to be.
What type of spells?
Well, it depends. Of course, my magic is from the mind. You have to be quite a. You need to be quite an intellectual individual in order to follow my style of magic. Is any of you a mage or a wizard?
I have a wizard book.
You do, but a wizard you aren't.
I have spells that I can use.
Are you planning to follow the path of the wizard?
I am definitely considering it. I just haven't chosen which amazing mentor I would like to have to help me be almost great as they could be.
Who could be greater than Kotos Magpier? I could teach you such magnificent things. It's funny, none of my apprentices seem to stick around very long. I have no reason
why.
Okay. But willing to put in the time and effort that I, the great Kotos Magpier, am willing to impart some of my knowledge and wisdom to you.
That's great. This is saying all this in like gritted teeth. That's great because I really like
he gestures, and the picture of himself floats over to you. Okay, and sort of like okay, did you take it?
She does want to learn magic. She thinks for a second like how long could she be with him before she wants to kill him, but she takes the picture.
Okay.
Yeah. She does make one comment to him. And she makes one comment to him, and that is, well, Bentoneff's taken Ota, I'll take theirs for them.
Yeah.
Okay. See, however, he said, I can't leave the rest of you. I can't leave the rest of you without anything for the wonderful work that you've done. I mean, coming to rescue me, taking the time to fight through those villains, all with the single goal to protect and revere the great Kotos Magpier. Such bravery must be rewarded. I can't just give you my time. I have other items that you might wish. One more thing you can choose. And he gestures. The second one comes forward. The second thing comes forward, and in the pile there is a gleaming sword. This seems very familiar to you, Point. This sword is floating down. It has a long, thin rapier blade. It's made of sort of a bluish silver metal. It has like inscriptions of forest forest scenes and things on it. You recognize this is the sword you're currently carrying around your back.
I'm checking if I still have it. Do I still have it?
You still have it, yeah.
Right.
And also a pair of boots float out as well. He says, I have several powerful magical items in my possession. The first of which is an elvish rapier enchanted to be it's always sharp, and it is packs a bit more of a punch than a regular rapier. He wouldn't call it this, of course, but it's a rapier. It's a magical rapier of +1. Right, magical +1 rapier.
You can have that fish jar. I don't need it.
And
Who said that?
Tack.
And the next.
Where are you?
Also, I have these boots that I got off an elven mage when I saved his life from a ravaging river troll. These boots of elven kind. They will keep you silent and stealthy no matter what.
Ooh.
So those are another he gives you there. You don't wear boots, Tack. You've already thrown them at Vistras. You're carrying them at the moment in the backpack. And then finally, he says before. Yes, Ota?
Oh, I was just gonna say, as he's kind of rambling on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Otar was just gonna ask, while he was, when he hears that, this Kotas has a break between breaths.
He has a
yes, I was making a joke. I was saying when he's got when he takes a break.
Kotos doesn't take a break.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, Otar would have just said may I borrow a moment from the great Kotas, if you please?
My good friend, for you, of course. You may have my undivided attention. Do you wish to hear more stories?
Well, perhaps, but more so. Yeah. Otar just kind of stands there, just kind of going because his fingers kind of wait and make sure not to interrupt. And he's like, I seek assistance in finding some people, if you're able to describe.
My friend, if only I was able to help. It is sad to say, but even the great Kotas Magpier has his failings. Divination magic has always been one sort of magic out of my grasp. However, although it pains me to do so because the man is a charlatan, I would be willing to introduce you to Spring Light Lily. Master Light Lily owns the Glintheart Tower. This Rogar would recognize the tower that's made out of crystal. That is on the other side. So we have the Shard on one side, that's Blingden Shard, and then we have Glintheart Tower on the other side, which is where Spring Light Lily lives. Who is a master of Spring Light Lily is, let me just check what his speciality is. He's a master of divination and transmutation magic. He might be able to help you in ways that I cannot, though it pains me to say so.
Otar just kind of stands there.
Again, if you're willing to wait,
Otar kind of thinks of it, kind of takes it all in. It's just perhaps another time I can listen to your enrapturing and interesting stories. But for now, I thank you for what advice you have given me. And then he turns around and walks back to the door.
Okay, of course. I look forward to when we have another talk together. You are a rapt and such an open audience. I have so enjoyed our time. The third, and then he gestures again. So he's still got the items floating in front of him, and he says, "The third thing that I could give to you, well, other than of course the favors I've already bestowed upon you, is," and he sort of raises another hand, and in it there suddenly from appearing in almost a flash of light, the third item sort of appears, and it's a pendant, and it falls into his hand. And the minute he's holding it distastefully, he's sort of holding it in front of him, almost like it's distastefully, and he says, "One other thing I could possibly offer you is this. Its name is Telithis. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it's never seen me fit to bond with, but if any of you is of the inclination to make a pact with a being of the higher planes, then this is your opportunity. He's a celestial, I believe. But he doesn't seem to understand just how wonderful and magnificent the great Kotos Magpir is. He and I never seem to get along." And then you see like the pendant glows, and he goes, I come out of the pendant, just like this voice come out of the pendant. He's like, "Somebody take me away from this oath, please."
Oh, goodness.
I can offer pathways to such wonders and magical prowess that you've never seen, but please remove me from this fool's grasp. You see what I say? This object has no understanding of true greatness. You are a charlatan and an oaf, and you are a talking piece of jewelry.
Your father was a hunter and your mother was a thunderberry.
So, if any of you have magical information, you know this probably is a channel to some sort of celestial being, and it could possibly, if any of you wanted to possibly bond with a celestial being in order to gain some abilities, you would know that this is probably something along to the lines of a warlock pact. You would have to form a bond with the individual in question. It's an offer. You don't have to take any of these. You can take some of them.
I think out of curiosity, Bentoneth might take it. If anyone else, if no one else has any obligation.
Well, I mean, there's so I mean, let's go through because I want to see what everyone thinks. So we've got Vistra's already got tuition.
I've got tuition, and Tat gave me the rapier +1 as well.
Kotos doesn't know about. You guys have already. You guys tried to find it.
Everyone now, yeah.
What about you, Rogar? What's Rogar doing?
Rogar's waiting for his cousin to wake up. He's been ignoring everything that's going on around him.
Okay. Pedrick?
Pedrick, I'm sorry, I had to step away for just a second. So I missed a little bit about the celestial being.
Yeah, so this is a pendant which would provide a connection to a celestial being. It basically would allow you. It's an excuse if you want to take the celestial warlock class. If you don't want to, it's just an option. It's just basically to provide some story background in case anyone wants to take that.
Okay.
I mean, depending on whether you wanted to bond with it or not, you could take it and not bond with it. It's your choice. It would may provide the option if you wanted to later on bonding with one.
Pedrick
you
is
just
just listening, and he's like, I am, he's willing to see if this guy can produce a restoration potion over the next few days, and looks to the.
He's already promised that.
I'm sorry.
He has already promised that to you.
Okay.
In 3 days, you can collect the potion from him.
I look to the rest of the party. I am kind of intrigued by the amulet, but still, he just kind of he kind of looks at Vistra like, giving her that look like I'm intrigued, and he thinks about it, and he's still listening to, and then he looks to the rest of the group, and he's like, "What do you guys think?"
Point.
Dex says, if you don't want it, I'll take it and sell it. It's good money, maybe.
Don't sell it, Ben says.
Otar turns around and his non-existent ears perk up. He's just like, how shiny is it?
We also many characters that love shiny things.
Oh, I like shiny things.
I do.
Okay.
Well, I'm a raven.
So at the
I'm
moment,
like,
Yeah.
So at the moment, he's offering you something that you already have in your backpacks, or the other thing.
Oh, it's either or. Okay.
Well, basically, you can take one or the other.
Oh, okay. So it's either the pendant or the
So pretty
warlock.
easy choice.
What was the choice again? Sorry.
He's already promised you tuition because you're willing to stick around him.
No. I meant what were the options? The
boots.
either or.
The boots,
The
the
boots.
rapier, or the amulet.
Boots and,
I think
and the rapier.
And you've already got the boots and the rapier, so you may as well take the amulet. Anyway.
Yeah, we might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had to ruin my choice. I had choices of things, and you guys went and ruined it by finding the items.
Yeah.
Does everybody know that we already have the boots and rapier?
No.
I don't think he does.
Except Rogar, who's just doesn't pay attention the entire time. He's not the only one.
So Pedrick's like, well, the choice is so simple from the great Cordius Magnus. We will take the amulet.
Yeah.
Ah.
Otar agreed.
Thank you. I have to admit, this thing is a real downer. And the little amulet is going, thank you. If an angel could cry, he would be. Thank you.
Pedrick says in Celestial, you're welcome.
It replies in Celestial, oh, the first time I've spoken a civilized tongue in centuries. Please take me away. I can't turn off the noise. Do you know that when he has no one to speak to, he puts me on the mirror and talks to me? I cannot stop listening to him. I can't walk away.
In Celestial, I just reply, your torturing days are at an end, my friend.
Oh, and it sort of, it just almost shoots out of his hand and into yours. Sort of into your fist.
Pedrick will place it in a pocket for now.
Can Tak try and wake up the cousin?
Okay.
He really wants to get out of here.
Oh.
Okay, so Kotos is sort of standing there. And he sees like you're all sort of like watching Calathea, and he says I have a I cannot of course allow you to have to walk the poor young lady through my tower. I am more than willing to teleport you to a location of your choice within Glimmer Scale, as long as it's one of the main landmarks. I don't know everybody's house. Of course, everybody knows Kotos Magbeer, but not everyone can be quite as prominent a citizen as I.
I look at Rogar and I say, what is the most prominent building closest to your mother's home?
Well, if he doesn't already know of my father and where he lives, then... And I don't know which would be a closer... I suppose the...
He may know Ajax's Forge, but Ajax's Forge is on the other side of town.
But
to
your home. Tarly's pub is pretty close to home, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Tarly's pub is in the centre of town, so it's about half. It's half again as close to your house as.
Yeah. So I'll tell the party.
Bentonef and Vestia both say at the same time, I could do with a drink.
The Black Antler. Yeah, so we're going to. All right. So you see, he rubs his hands together. He says, "Are you ready to go?"
I've been ready since
Yes.
you got here.
I'm convinced you to stay for a meal. I have many great stories to share with you.
Get on with it.
Sorry?
All right. Like's a pushy person. Let's go. And he sort of claps his hands together. A circle of light appears around all of you, and in a great flash, the interior of the tower disappears. It's almost like you're being stretched and twisted around. Your body feels sort of strange and elongated, and then suddenly you appear outside the Black Antler. Okay, you are standing outside the Black Antler.
And I have my cousin in our arms, and I'm just going to turn away from the Black Antler, and I'm going to start walking home.
Pedrick will accompany Rogar. And,
you start heading towards that. Anything? Is that all we're doing? We're going to Rogar's home.
Yeah,
Alright.
Tech is torn. He wants to drink his ass off, but he's gonna follow Rogar.
Okay.
I think Bentonef is actually going to go and stay in the pub. I think the drink is calling her more, and she knows that the Dragonborn is, stable and everything, so she doesn't feel so. Yeah, I think Bentonef will actually go to the pub.
Okay, so Bentonef just grunts, heads into the pub.
Ota?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. After being, I'm guessing we were teleported, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Or, oh yeah. As a result, Otar is kind of floofed up in surprise. He's like,
That's definitely
It's
chippy, I think, Otar.
yeah.
A flip Otar is definitely chippy worthy.
Yeah. But,
Feathers,
yeah, just floofed up. Yeah, but yeah, Otar is also torn between drink and follow Rogar to make sure he's okay. Like, because he's protective, I guess. Right now, he's just kind of like.
Do you want to say anything?
I low key work for.
Do you want to say anything to Rogar?
Oh, I do. After Otar kind of calms down, he kind of walks over and he kind of hesitates a bit, but then kind of puts a hand on his shoulder. He's like, "Are you feeling all right? A while in the tower, you acted in ways that were quite troubling and reminded me of an old friend who was a lot more careless than I would have preferred him be. The same fate happened to you."
And for the first time in like 24 hours, Rogar actually seems really calm. And he's holding his cousin in front of him, and he looks down at her, and he looks back at Otar and says, "Forgive my behavior. When it comes to family, even I can be a little overzealous. But now she's safe and I can get her home. Perhaps I can get back to feeling more myself."
Otar nods and kind of smiles, and he's like, kind of understanding without another word. He's just like, "All right."
And a sly grin comes across Rogar, and he goes, "Maybe you go have a drink with that orcish lass, eh?"
Otar tries to hide the fact that he blushed a little bit, but he, like really awkward. He's like, eh, and then he just awkwardly walks off. It's like, okay.
There's the excuse needed. You gave him an out.
You open the door to the Black Antler, It's like it opens with black eye. It's like, oh, hello, guests, welcome to the Black Antler. You know, just this voice comes out. And Rogar's like, God, get out of here before Tyler gets here.
He will shout out first though before he runs off. He goes, "Otar, meet Tarly," and runs off.
The cutest little fluffy thing. It's like anyway, so that's Tarly, and in the background you just hear Gartan going, "Leave him alone, Tarly." So that's like fluffing the feathers. All right, so you head towards any excuse to do Tarly's voice just for a minute, you know, just to do that. Anyway, so you head off to towards Rogar's house. It takes about 20 minutes to get through town. As you're starting to get there, Calithia is starting to rouse herself in your arms. Okay, so you're holding her very slowly, starting to move around. As you approach the gates of, towards the gates of your mother's cottage, of your father's cottage, you see that the lights are still on, and that there seems to be like almost a swarm of apprentices still sort of outside. They seem to be, you know, doing what young people do, and they're not actually actively doing anything. They're sort of like standing around. Some of them are lighting up pipes. Some of the younger ones are sort of like just sort of like sitting there, but all of them are still sort of almost having a vigil outside the house, sort of like surrounding the house and keeping anyone from approaching it that might wish harm upon the family. You see a few of them, a few of the older ones holding big hammers, and sort of like walking around with their sort of strutting with their hammers on their shoulders, as if to say, "You don't want a piece of this," you know. And as you and you can see but you can almost see also see like on top of the roof, there's a little figure. Is a little figure sort of with his stick, sort of like standing, like on the top of a ship, a little sort of like a scaly figure. And as he sees you coming up, you can hear this sort of coming towards you. This little hand starts waving towards you. The lights that were sort of like dim in the house seem to be sort of like more candles are being lit up, and as the door sort of opens up, you can see Rogar. You can see your mother's shape silhouetted in the doorway. She runs. You see as she runs down the pathway towards you, throws herself upon you, just hugging you tight, holding you, looking down at Calithia, stroking her scales, and just fussing over her. A pair of strong hands take her from you. You see it's several of the it's one of the senior apprentices, someone you trust, someone you've known for a while, and he sees how wounded and damaged you are, and he takes Calithia from your hands, and you feel the burden slowly just sort of slip from your shoulders as you pass her on, and the relief of actually getting Calithia back. Suddenly you feel overwhelmed, exhaustion completely just descends upon you, and you fall forward into darkness. Okay, so, and that is where we are ending our session today.
Rogar did not go evil, chaotic. Oh my goodness, we're safe.
Yes. That was today's session.
Excellent.
Congratulations, guys! You have defeated the trials of the Tower of the Stairway of the Heavenly Stairway. You have befriended Kotos Magpia. You have received Promise of Instruction, Vistra. You have received 2 magical items, which you pinched without him knowing, and he will most likely blame upon the foul fiends who came and took his tower apart. And also they're the ones responsible for the disgusting smell in his bedroom. And finally, you received a celestial object that will allow you to form a bond with an object to create either a warlock's bond, a warlock's pact, or there is another effect if anyone wants to bond with it in a lesser fashion that I can talk to anyone who wants to take that chance. You have received 900 experience.
Damn. Let me get my calculator.
I don't know where I was on because you didn't update it. Like, I think
I have
Ever.
updated.
We were at 6340.
Hedrig's behind.
Yeah, 6340, so 9, 10, 11, 12.
we're all on the
So
same
we would
XP,
be
right?
on 7,
Yeah.
240, shouldn't we?
Yep, which I
yeah.
believe means you level up to level 5.
Yes,
What was
we
it
do.
again? 7240.
I
Yeah.
believe it's 740.
So finally, we are on level 5. Now, whether it,
Level 5.
if anybody wants to multi-class, this is the time to do so, or you can go up to level 5 in your current class. We will end our session here today, guys, so that I'm going to leave this to everybody to decide what they want to do with their characters. And what we're going to do is, guys on stream, if you want to stick around for another 10 minutes, you don't have to. It's your choice.
Yep.
But if you want to make make me aware of any choices or changes you want to make to your character sheets, this one will do so now. Level 5 is kind of an important milestone.
Big one, isn't it? I think I'm
But we'll go off cam, and I'll be around for another half an hour while we make those decisions, and we'll switch over to Discord to have a little chat in there.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So, are we
Thank
gonna?
you very much, guys. It's been amazing. You've been fantastic. Please tune in on Sunday for Missy T's 24-hour stream for charity. It is for charity. It's for a very worthy cause, and you know, any little support that you can give is just amazing. We also have next week. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks to find out what happens with these changes. However, because next week is our special, our Halloween special, and it will be a one-shot run by Missy TTV, and I will be playing a character rather than playing. So this will be very interesting.
Yeah, 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. as we normally do.
Saturday.
No, Saturday,
So we still have
26th,
the
yeah?
Friday one. We still do the
So we'll
Friday
have
one, or should we leave it?
It's your choice. Depends how tired you're going to be. I don't mind though.
We'll have to talk about that and see what we're going to do then. Okay, so are we raiding anyone? Do we have people with us?
No, I've kind of made the decision that unless I have enough energy and we're able to be sticking around, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, 'cause it's not really fair. It's really fair to raid when we don't actually have anything. People aren't going to stick around, are they?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people on the chat at the moment are asked. Anyway, so we'll end the session here today. So if we can go off in 3, 2, 1, and that's us for today. Thanks again, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Awesome.